right, welcome to the Planetary Qualifier at Zulus Games in Bothell, Washington. This is Unlimited Power. My name is D-Rod, and I am joined by...
Hello, I'm Metal Marshmallow. You may recognize me from Janktech, my series on Star Wars Unlimited, which we've been playing Star Wars Unlimited all day today, D-Rod, and like finally gotten to the beginning of the end, the top 8, like the mightiest of the mighty clashing against each other.
Oh my gosh, yes. We just finished our full Swiss stream, so you can find a whole video of that. Where we had obviously huge Metal Marshmallow giving commentary. We had Rob from the team Babu Freaks, and definitely one of a very established player here in the Northwest, and myself. And we just saw so many fun games. We're going to see a couple of those same players that we watched earlier today grind it out in this match, and I'm excited for it. So with that, the players currently are they just had deck checks. They're looking at what they need to of their opponent's deck list, things like that. And they're shuffling their cards back together because they were all organized based on like name. Very common after the Swiss rounds finished. So there was no food break here. We had a lunch break earlier. So these players pretty much had around 15, 20 minutes of a break, depending on when their last game ended. And yeah, we're going into the quarterfinals. So 3 matches until we have a winner,
Which is pretty exciting. And these ones, the time constraint is different than earlier, right?
It is. They're given technically for an hour and 15 minutes. However, the judge decided we're just not going to use it in this final round. He's not really worried about it, and the store is okay with going a little longer. So he's never really seen it go to time. I've only seen it go to time, I think, we have it streamed in the Eternal format. So I think it's going to be still a good time, but usually you get an hour and 15 minutes. Yes.
Nice. I think we've already seen this client deck earlier today. If y'all are interested, they were on stream earlier, and it was a humdinger of a game. They've obviously had a great day. They've gone 5-0 and 2. And I think this is a deck that's going to be trying to close the game out fast. So we're not going to worry about butting up against that time limit, at least as far as one of these players is concerned.
Yeah, I was super glad we got to watch that game earlier because we have a little bit of an idea of what to expect here. We've seen kind of the play styles. It's a great time, and if people miss that match, you can always catch that later tonight or tomorrow. Those videos will be up on demand, and eventually broken down into just an individual video for people chasing down the client.
Like I said earlier, I was just like, client, that's like good. A lot of people think of client, myself included, as a draft leader. It's not something that you would take to a PQ and compete against all these high octane tuned meta decks. But Mako over here has been making it work all day, and I'm kind of interested to see like what other tricks they've got up their sleeve with this one.
Yeah, so right now the players are taking the time to look at their opponent's deck list. This is what you're able to do when you make it into the top 8. So they're not going to be too surprised here about what they see. They'll plan accordingly and go from there. Now, the hard part here is always for you and I is we are now in essentially an empty gaming space.
Yes.
I tried to put the players a little bit further away so they could hear us. We're in a room. We're talking in another direction. But yeah, we can't get too loud if we see anything super crazy. So if you hear us get whispering and excited, that's us doing our best so that way no one's banging on the door as it has happened.
Yes, I have to pretend that they are playing golf or something, and I will be talking in my most distinguished golfing voice. Or my public radio voice.
Oh yeah, public radio voice, please. Yeah, we talked about that. We joked about this last time, just like getting that little bit of a NPR feel.
Yeah, we enjoy the NPR feel here on Unlimited Power. Mm-hmm. That might use a little bit more saliva than ew, gross. Okay, but yeah, like I will be doing my best to not completely lose my mind when we see some particularly exciting plays here.
Yeah, I'm going to do my best to fix this playmat here in a second after the players are done looking at each other's deck list. But yeah, great showing. We've seen a lot of Landos here today, very represented. I, for one, did not expect to see a client here today, and I'm happy we saw it. It's a great deck. It's really unique. I think it takes a lot of precision to play well. Like when we talk about piloting decks, this one requires a lot of skill and a lot of hours to make the right decision. But man, it plays very well. Really like how it pulls itself out of tough situations, especially going up against Lando, who we've seen all day flood the board with spy tokens, and then all of a sudden hit you with liberties and other ships.
Yep. That Liberty is so hard to deal with. I mean, at least the client player knows that Liberty is not going to come out until Lando is able to deploy. So that sort of puts a timer on their ability to do damage to base. And we saw in the earlier games, like all of a sudden those client games, there's like a bajillion damage on this base. What just happened?
Yeah.
And so like I think that's probably what they're going to be hoping for here. You get stuff like Shin Hati and Aura Singh, who are harder to deal with when they first come out because either they're hidden or they're shielded, and just start punching hard. Like there's 34 health in this lake country. We've been seeing lake countries all day here. It's a big country, y'all. And like the client needs to be super aggressive because they're already 4 HP behind before the game even starts.
Let me go fix this map before they get started.
Yeah, the cool thing about having this diverse showing here at the end is I'm glad that we're not just reporting to y'all that it was just nothing but Landos and Bobas all the way down, because I got the question from my wonderful wife early in the day here. Is it just a bunch of Boba Fett? And at first it was just a bunch of Boba Fett. I think the Lando player may be having some debugging issues with the counter. There we go.
All right. Let's go ahead and get going here. All right. So we are in the quarterfinals here in Bothell, Washington. So North Seattle at Zulus Board Game Cafe. Here we are at the event center, essentially a basement, but having a great time. And we're here with the top 8. It is Andrew playing Lando Lake Country, and Mako playing the client with Imperial Prison Complex. We've seen Mako already play today. Great sign of sportsmanship. And I'm excited to be here. So again, my name is D-Rod from Unlimited Power, and I am joined by another great Northwest content creator.
Hello, I am Metal Marshmallow, and I do a series of Star Wars Unlimited videos called Janktech, where I focus on twin suns. But I'm also happy to be here commenting some of these really exciting premiere games. I would not have the patience to play as long as these players. I would have taken my losses and dropped long ago. But it's kind of exciting to see what happens with some of these games, where some of them have turned into like these super long, super interesting games. Or I think I've used the phrase several times today about how sometimes this game can feel kind of scripted. And a lot of the games that I've seen did not feel scripted. Like they went off the rails quickly. We saw some really interesting interactions between a lot of our players in the games, and people just doing their best to read board state, divine their opponent's intentions, plan for future turns, structure all of their movements accordingly. Like there's been some really great gameplay today.
Oh yeah, there's been such great players. A lot of people pushing through in the top 8. I'm really proud of the people I see over there. A lot of regulars that we've had on this channel that have made the top 8 each time. So excited to celebrate with them and see how they do at this event.
Yep. And then they're getting like special goodies for doing well in this, right? There's like a special promo card that you get if you reach a certain point in here. Is that the mall?
Yeah, you get it's not the mall, it is because the mall is for the store showdown.
Okay, cool.
But I can't forget what it is. But it does say top 8. They will get something that says champion. It is super cool, really, really awesome. So excited to see that.
Yeah, I think everything I've seen FFG put out for this level of play has been pretty cool. Although I think this is the first time they're not going to have the wonky colored borders around them. They're going to look like actual, like, special treatment prize wall cards.
Yes, yeah, they closer to what you see in the prize wall, really nice. And then there's a little design in white with clear black letters about like how they finish. So it's either going to say champion, top 8, finalist, things like that. Really nice. I scored some at the local store showdown the other day, and yeah, it was really cool. That's where I got the mall. So
Nice.
from not Shadows, but the newer mall. So all right, starting us off, we see Warrior Clan Ordo. So on attack, you have to disclose a red card from your hand, red aspect, or you take damage to your base.
Which, seems pretty good. A 3/3 for 2 first turn play. Start pushing damage.
Yeah, I really like this card overall because it is the Warrior of Clan Ordo also mimics older Mandalorian stuff. So it's one of those things of like this is kind of Knights of the Old Republic style, but not really mentioned. So I like when we'll always get subtle art there. But speaking of not so subtle, one of your favorites just hit the board.
Oh yeah, we love Sin Hottie here. I mean, like, I've had that haircut for a couple of years now, and like I think I said the last time, I need to get my bangs trimmed because mine have just been sweeping to the side. And oh no, we got Han Solo
Oh
on the
no.
N1 Stern and Yager. It's already happening. Sorry, I had a friend get me some German cards, and the N1 Starfighter is a Sternenjager in German, and I just like that name so much.
I love that.
Like some of the German names are real cool for this game. But yeah, Shin Hati, love her. She's a 4/2. She comes in hidden, she's shielded. And most importantly, because she creates a shield token, it puts pressure on Lando to immediately swing with the N1 because otherwise the client can just exhaust it.
Mm-hmm. So client's in a good spot here. They have the initiative. If they can play something that creates a token, that's good. It'll force Andrew, the Lando player, to swing with the Starfighter because they can't afford to have it exhausted.
I kind of wonder a client deck, an eternal client deck running Asteroid Sanctuary seems like that would be like real good.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the solution here you're looking for. It takes care of the early threat, gives you a little bit more support, and then you can take care of something else if it comes out ready. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a little more damage, of course. That N1 Starfighter doing work. So 10 damage on Mako's base, 6 on Lake Country. Definitely some work to go for the client.
Yep. And then Lando's gotta build up that supply of credits for the deploy too. We've already gotten one. And because this deck is so consistently built, being only one color, it's pretty easy to you can just basically read Lando Lake Country as pay 1, exhaust leader, get credit.
Yeah. No, too. I really like these abilities. I like that they're both doing something unique. I like that they're I mean, Lando's been in Star Wars longer than the client has, and there we see the axe forgets.
Oh, that was painful to watch. That was so much damage that was about to go to base there.
Yeah.
But I think it's the right move on Mako's part to push damage early. It's just unfortunate that the axe forgets just happened to be in Lando's hand.
Yeah, so Lando's sitting at 3 credits now, doing work, has a great unit on the board. Difficult for Mako to deal with unless they deal with it directly.
Yep.
So using the client's ability is just too slow.
It really is, unfortunately. And there's some really good options in Andrew's hand right now. And at the risk of being too loud, I'm not going to say what any of them are. Okay. We just saw an aggressive negotiations disclosed. I think that's kind of a power move too. You just let the other person know you have it.
Yeah.
All right. So we got client with sudden ferocity. I feel like this was something that Miko was doing a lot in the games that we saw where they were able to get something plotted out with the client to immediately make him like big and beefy and a huge threat.
Yeah. I mean, a 7/4 with the shield, that's tough to deal with. Obviously, 5 resources available plus credit tokens. Andrew could have an option here to deal with it, but it's not usually an easy one.
Yep.
And we see instead the Canyon Frontrunner, I think is what it's called, comes out. And that has no impact on the board immediately. So the client gets to swing, and now we have ourselves a game.
Yeah, we're kind of achieving parity here. Oh, I said that too soon. We had Rose, and of course, 2 non-unique units on the board. So we get a ready Rose.
And that 5 damage from Rose is just really solid.
Yeah, and we got lethal here on Lando's side, unless unless Mako does something about it. Between the N1 with Han and the Rose.
Yeah, that's true. 2 units can get there. Lando deploys this turn. You have the Kenyan vehicle with an on-attack ability. Yeah, we'll see. But they're not going first. So this is the time where the client needs to show off what is their plan when they get into the 6 resource turn.
Mm-hmm. I'm liking that there's some similarities with this client deck with the Eternal Afro deck that I can't shut up about that I've been building, because I see kind of similar strategies here. You've got a 5 deploy leader that doesn't have a great stat line, but you've got a lot of ways of making them way bigger, and you're just hoping that you can hit big enough with your leader that deploys fairly early on that the other person can't recover from it.
Yeah.
So that I think I might have to track Mako down afterwards and be like, listen, you're already playing this cool leader. Okay, like you should blah, 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 Afro. Did we just watch this?
We just watched this.
Oh.
Watch this.
And that is why that is a $20 card from Intro Battle Hoth right there. So we just returned a non-leader unit that costs 6 or less to owner's hand and exhausted Rose, which is just so good here.
Yeah.
So that's a really good change in tempo here, which is really important because Lando is not going to have enough to close the game out.
And here we are, 25-23. This is really great. There's still 2 more units on the board for Mako to use, and it looks like
probably Lando was like, oh, I'll just take initiative and win. That's what I'm guessing happened anyway.
Yeah.
Because, if you can't deal with that Rose right now, then that's just it. I'm extremely interested to see if something ends up happening with aggressive negotiations after there's like a report as to how many decks that top 8'd or top 4'd or whatever in all of these PQs this season have been using it, because it was not this prevalent during Secrets of Power when it originally came out, right?
No, not as big as it is now. I mean, you're playing it in off-color decks. I mean, at the store showdown I was just at, I was playing a Thrawn deck that did this out of aspect because I just had so much draw. And I think I know one game I had Thrawn hit for 11, and another game I had Thrawn hit for 15.
That's so much.
Yeah, his normal attack is 4, so that should give an idea of like how many cards I just ended up in my hand from just simple abilities that I would be playing anyway, like with Thrawn using like Owen Lars to double up the force units I was getting.
And Night Sister Warrior probably.
Night Sister Warrior, yep. In another Thrawn build, it was like Bardian Ornithopter, just like you're just keeping cards in your hand, you're not playing too many. And I was just like, sure, let's do it. And of course, your opponents don't expect it. And we've been seeing a lot of that today with so many off-color decks playing aggressive negotiation because you have the cards, pay 3 to deal 3 damage is a lot of times what you need at the end.
Mm-hmm. And like we've been seeing, it's not a card that feels maybe cheap. It just feels like it's funneling the direction that decks have to go in because everyone has to be prepared to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess maybe it's filling the space left by cards like Surprise Strike rotating out.
Yeah.
Because that's an incredible deal right there. Paying 2 for just a guaranteed +3 attack.
I would rather see an opponent fight through my Sentinels with like Commence the Festivities, which I think gives you Saboteur, things like that, than just walk over me with aggressive negotiation.
Yeah, like cards like that, or cards like the older one, Precision Fire, which is a similar sort of gives Saboteur with a conditional buff. Yeah, I think it's interesting. It requires you to plan ahead with the board state. It requires your like deck building with Commence the Festivities, since you need less resources to get the buff with it. Then it also makes you make decisions about resourcing, which are interesting decisions that can affect the board state.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I could agree with you there that it feels better to take the extra damage from something like that where the person that played it worked for it a little bit. And in this case, it's just like you just hold on to the card for a while, and then you're just like, I'm just gonna do like 10 damage to you.
Yeah. Especially when it's just like something your opponents can't deal with too much, like your leader. You're like, all right, you're not going to remove this. It's too big or it just has leader ability, so it's difficult. Just gives you those options. But if they decide to suspend it, which I always think it's important to, you may hear people say the word ban. That's not really what happens to these cards. They get suspended, meaning there's always a chance they can come back into this format. So in a lot of games, and even Fantasy Flight has said it with regards to Star Wars, it's like you're looking at how much of this card made up a lot of the decks, especially the top decks. If you find out that it's like sitting in everything and it's causing the game to even feel boring, like that's good reason to suspend it. We've seen that in other games. Other big, more popular games have had that same problem where you show up and it's just like, hey, out of 2,000 people, only 400 people weren't playing this exact deck. And that's not fun.
Yeah, I just want to say it in my loudest Homer Simpson voice when he's like, boring, boring. Like, come on, somebody throw a pie here. Nobody's throwing pies where aggressive negotiations is so prevalent.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like it's cool to see, and it sure can have its day. It's fun in the sun, but I think especially as we come out of like this heavy weekend where there's like 5 PQs that are streamed today. I mean, you and I are streaming a PQ tomorrow, different format, but I mean, it's still, there's a lot of data here for them to make a decision on if they're going to suspend this going into Ashes of the Empire or going into Galactics.
Yeah, I mean, I think they had that discussion with Force Throw, and Force Throw was legal to play at Galactics, but didn't last that much longer, I think.
No.
And I mean, kind of a similar thing. It's just like you ran into a situation. It's like how many decks are playing Force Throw? Because that was like such an easy card to slot into things.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah.
I think the one card we're not going to see suspended is Lake Country. What a unique card that I don't think anyone suspected. Yes, it has 34 health, but you're losing a color.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone thought this was really going to be as competitive as it has been from this set and the set previous.
Yes. Like it's kind of similar to Data Vault. Remember when that card was spoiled? People were like, consistency, like, oh, you've got 10 extra cards. Your odds of drawing this go down this amount of percentage. And then instead it's just like, nah, you're playing green. You're probably playing Data Vault unless you need the Force.
Yeah. Yeah, you figured out that there was a time in the game where it's just you have the removal to deal with things, but if you had the extra life is what you really needed to get there.
Yep. Yeah, and it turns out having that much extra health is real important. Also, we missed a turn. Okay, all right. A good reason to not play a turn 1 play, ambushing in Anakin's pod racer and not taking damage back.
I love Anakin's pod racer.
Like this was one I was excited about because I thought it sounded like a cool card and it's a legendary.
So wizard.
Yeah, it's so wizard. And like, but they obviously they thought it was cool because they even made a playmat with this design.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm glad to see it's getting play. Like I didn't see it in any of the other Lando decks getting played. It could be in the list. I don't know. But it seems like a pretty cool card.
I think it's a great legendary. I definitely got the playmat. It goes into my Anakin Palpatine deck for so many reasons. And here it is. Now Han Solo's piloting this thing. This is great.
That's real good. Yeah. That's what I call pod racing.
Lando has done so well at making sure they're getting 5 damage with a lot of their units.
Yes. And interestingly enough, well, I guess Shin Hati just going right to base. We're not waiting for the axe to forget here.
She's focused.
She is so focused. I love how many different art treatments there are for her. And they're all cool. I
mean, we're going to see a new one, right, in the next set, or at least some more art of her. So hopefully, I would like to see her as a leader, but we're in a leader guessing pool, and I will be honest and say I didn't put her in there. I put Balin.
Ooh, interesting.
Before I put Shin, yeah.
Well, it's like we know we're getting a Shin unit. Yeah. Like, how often do they put a unit of the same, the unit that they also have a leader of in a set, unless it's like, some of the biggest names in this game?
I mean, wasn't Cad Bane? Cad Bane was.
Cad Bane was Shadows. Cad Bane Legendary was Twilight.
Oh, was Twilight? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess out of the base set, not so much.
Yeah, and I'm not going to count like Luke and Vader and
Right.
Boba Fett. Like, that's, yeah.
The more popular leaders that do very well all the time.
Yeah.
All right, got a little bit more damage there from Shin. Or not from Shin.
From the stolen AT.
From the stolen AT. Got it.
Master code breaker. This guy's been breaking codes all day. He's not getting bored of it either. Turns out gambits are good. This is something when y'all were talking in your earlier commentary, I wanted to chime in so bad because you mentioned the Jabba that tutors for tricks.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've had this discussion with people before, particularly Alex from CloudCap, where every time they would spoil a set, one of us would be like, there's a new trick in there. It's like, and it just never really worked. I know it's like McClunky was good and Waylay was good, but like, apart from those, I mean, you could get Bamboozle with it. I like seeing that a card like that is still doing well. I guess it just needs to cost 2 resources instead of 4.
Yeah, you need some lower cost tricks that make a little bit more sense. Because I'm with you. I want to play that job. I want to play him in the Eternal stuff. Here we go. Client is on the board.
Oh, and the Axe just forgot about the stolen AT.
Yeah, leave Shin Hati out there. Ooh,
yes.
Here we go.
Ooh, Stygian Prime on there. Real nice.
We saw this earlier for people who missed it. What the Shadow of Stygian Prime was actually played twice in one game. So the opponent had to take 4 damage at their upkeep, at least once.
What was especially cool about it is it was against a Boba Fett player when they only had 1 space unit, and Mako put it on that. So Boba is like, well, I can't deploy onto that space unit because then I'm going to get 1 swing and I'm not going to be able to ready it.
Yeah, it was a great game. Definitely encourage people to go rewatch that match on demand. It should be available. Yeah, super fun one. And again, I love seeing that card here. Makes sense. And now he's just realized, I can't ready this.
Yep.
It doesn't just deal 4 damage. It prevents Mako from taking 5.
Yeah, what a cool card.
Oh, there we go. Watch this.
Oh.
Yep. Hey, we watched Han Solo.
Oh, that's cool. We watched the pod racer go back to hand. That's a good use of that card. Oh, that is a huge hit to the client tempo speaking.
Yeah, and then you exhaust each other enemy unit into the same arena. So it's nice. So it's not about whatever unit you bounced, that owner's stuff is exhausted. It's just the enemy units.
Yep. Although Hold for Questioning, such a great card in this Lando deck, because everything is going to match Lando's color. So you can just like say, okay, I exhaust something and I can discard anything out of your hand.
I mean, I don't want to see the Depa or Liberty, but Liberty is the bigger threat. So.
Yeah. Although Depa Balaba has Ambush and Saboteur, so she can one-shot any of the stuff on the board there. No, wait, no. She only hits for 5, right?
Let's find out.
Okay, because like the client is like we were talking about earlier. Client's got Darth Maul's lightsaber back on him.
Yeah, Depa Balava is a 5/7, and the client does like this Darth Maul saber.
Yeah,
it's always a unique choice. I don't hate it.
Yeah,
at all. I know I talked about it a little bit more in a Maul match earlier. Like I don't really think it works for Maul in this makeup of the meta.
But it's kind of like the effect of a constructed lightsaber, but you can put it on a non-force unit.
Yeah. Well, here comes the client. He's going to go ahead and do some damage after that watch. He's exhausted because watch this is played. So he's not doing any damage.
Yeah.
Boy, that watch this has seen a lot of play today. I wonder how many people have already gone to their local game store or box store to buy one of those boxes.
Yeah, I think it's so funny. I have a friend, Courtney, who's actually a member of the Night Sisters Discord. That again, our friend Madame Zola Helms. Shout out to the Night Sisters. She was messaging me trying to get me to trade her the watch this, and I'm just like, I didn't understand what she was even talking about at first because I hadn't heard of people using it.
Yeah.
And like seeing it being used in this Lando deck, actually, I think Mako was running it too in the client deck, right? I can understand why this card is going for so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great card. It's playable in all the formats as we're seeing: Premier, Eternal, Twin Suns.
Hmm.
It's a great card. Yeah, super solid.
I would love it. And I know I said this before. I would love it if FFG gave us a way to get play sets of these cards not on the secondary market.
Hmm.
Like, all we want to do is give you more money, FFG. Please let us give you more money.
Well, you can just go spend less than what it's worth and buy the box from some places. Or I think the MSRP is $20, so you can pay $20 to get two 50 card decks. And Watch This is definitely the most expensive card, but you get some other fun stuff in there too.
Look at this hitting for that much.
10 damage, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So we've got potentially lethal here on the board, but Lander's probably got some answers for this.
Commence the Festivities has definitely been such a great card. Yeah, I mean, we're living in a world of just surprise strike now, and one cost surprise strikes really. So.
But again, like we were saying, it's like you got to work for it more.
Well, speaking of working for it, it's 32-18.
I know. I mean, it still feels like anyone's game, although like it seems a little bit more favored for the client, because I don't think there's a way for Lando to one-shot the client here.
Now, Lando's sitting at 8 damage on the board.
Yep.
Needs 12 in order to win.
Yes.
If they don't take the initiative, they kind of put themselves at this spot where the client can take it at any point and land the final blow with the first action.
Yep. Although a Liberty exhausting the client and returning Maul's lightsaber would certainly do it.
Yeah, but right now the client goes for the interrogation.
Oh, bleep bloop. Okay, cool. So that's getting 2 units on the ground could do it. What a cheeky way of finishing it off. That's just incredible.
Looks like we're going to game 3.
Oh man, I love this player's use of Stygian Prime.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing some really creative ways of playing that card. And yeah, it's like it kind of reminds me of like games where you could use Ruthless Raider to do the last 2 damage. It's just like we're just gonna find a way to sneak 2 damage in somehow. And like nobody's gonna see that coming because that's kind of like saying I'm paying 4 for a ready 2 damage unit, I guess, that goes away at the end of the phase. I don't know, something like that. It's just like, I mean, you'd pay 4 to deal 2 damage to the base directly.
Yeah.
In a situation like this.
I totally would. This, I would say the client deck out of everything we watched today, this is the one, if I was going to say, if I'm playing in a PQ tomorrow, I'm not. I'm commentating a sealed one. And next week we're commentating another one. But if I was playing in one, I think this is a deck I would give a try to. I think I'd have some fun with it. I don't have the reps to make it to the top 8, but I would love to hit those moments of like, I put 2 shadows on my opponent and watch them take 4 damage.
Yep.
Because I like to see people suffer.
Like, why else do some of us play these games?
That would be one of those reasons.
Yep.
I would say this is one I would definitely want to take the deck list, build it, play it, have some fun, bring it to locals. Yeah. What about you? Has there been any deck today that has stood out where you're just like, I'd put that together?
I mean, I gotta agree with you about this client deck. Because not only does it really twist the knife in like some really fun kinds of ways, it forces your opponent to maybe attack with their stuff before they're ready because they're going to be so afraid of you being able to exhaust it, and like then they lose any chance at damage. I think that Tobias deck that we saw earlier was a super cool one too. I would have liked to have seen more from Kazuda. I think that that player just unfortunately wasn't getting the lines that they needed in that first matchup.
Yeah, I was really excited to watch Kazuda. We kind of talked about it. There's always a potential in that first match. Even though we're looking for something a little bit unique, we kind of settled on Kazuda, and then we saw it got matched up with something a little bit more on the meta side. And you just never know what you're going to see in round 1. We're kind of hoping for a little bit more of a balanced game, but it was definitely a fast-paced game for both players playing pilot leaders.
Yep. It I gotta wonder if Luke was just doing the things that Kazuda was doing, but slightly better.
A little bit.
Like I don't want to sound like like a hater or whatever. I feel like I remember one time where I woke up one day and I was like, I need to build Poe Data Vault. And I had somebody just be like, well, you should just be playing Sabine. It does everything that Poe does, but better. And I'm just like, oh man, but I want to play Poe. I want to put Poe on a ship and have him jump to another ship. Sabine doesn't do that. So like I gotta say, like, kudos for following your heart with Kazuda. It's like sometimes a leader just puts you in a certain headspace that like you just feel certain ways when you're putting pieces of cardboard together that for some reason like others just don't scratch the itch in the same way.
Exactly. Yep. I'm completely with you. There's definitely decks like that out there, and it's been nicer to just kind of follow your heart with it. And I think this goes back to what we talked about earlier. Here we go. Faith in your friends.
Turn 1, faith in your friends. That's real good for Lando.
We were talking about earlier of like awards you should be handing out as there's always stickers at events at Unlimited Power streams. But I feel like that's another one you should give to players like the Kazuda player, like way to follow your heart sticker.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I guess that's sort of like the Janktech non-meta seal of approval.
I'm like, saying you have two different stickers.
I have the follow your hearts. Follow your heart just seems like you get a pat on the head and an oh buddy.
Yeah, like a bless your heart version.
Yeah, like a bless your heart. Right, we were talking about phrases. We were talking about like Oklahoma related things. I think that sounds like something an Oklahoman might say is to bless your heart about something.
I've heard it. But outside of people from the Sooner State, we are seeing Andrew just throw units on the board here. So Faith and her friends got them 2 spies. And then, of course, the Anakin Pod Racer came back out with that ambush ability. So really neat there.
Ooh, that was just brutal to watch. It's going to be a tough one for the client to get back from at this point.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of arena removal for the client. And so when you see 3 units out there, you're kind of speculating the client's probably only going to put out 1 unit or 2, but that's not quick enough to deal with everything out there.
Yep.
And instead, we get 1 unit. Yes, it creates a token, so that'll save them from 1 attack, but they're still going to take 2 more.
Did Mako skip a resource just to probably be able to commence the festivities?
Let's see.
Maybe it's just the way they're all stacked up on.
I think
there.
It's a little bit of that.
Because with I would assume that you would not want to skip resourcing with this deck until you've already deployed your leader. Oh, this is such a commanding board presence that Lando has over here. I'd be like a little nervous on the client side. I don't know. It looks like.
Yeah, let me double check here. We have actually the feed. So did we skip it? There's 2.
Oh, we got interrogation droid. Okay, that's definitely gonna buy some time here.
Let me go double check.
Okay. Oh no. I thought it was going to be strategic. Okay, apparently my voice does carry.
Yeah, so he did admit he was so distraught he forgot the resource, and that happens. That can happen. So,
I mean, like they've been playing for how many hours straight at this point?
Let's see. The event today started 9 hours ago. So these players definitely have been up for quite a bit of time. Probably got here 10 hours ago. Yeah, and here they are. One lunch break, 4 hours back.
Wowie zowie. I mean, like, it's been an action packed day full of thrills, chills, and spills, and we've been living, laughing, and loving the whole time.
Dancing at one point.
Oh my gosh. I'd kind of forgotten that the raucous dance party that was going on upstairs for the first few hours of this. It just made it feel like more of a party, honestly.
Wow, 11-0 here.
11.
I think the person we are more inclined to root for may not get it.
Well,
I won't say who that person is.
yeah, but like there's a chance they could surprise us.
Yeah.
Like the client.
I mean, maybe Mako plays watch this. You bounce a spy and then you exhaust everything else. There you go. Seems good to me.
But unfortunately, only has 5 resources.
That's fair. We do see Battle Fury.
Man, I love that card. I think trading into the client. Oh man, I think Lando's just going for the we're gonna clear the board and just get you.
Ooh, Darth Maul's lightsaber. Wow.
I mean, maybe you can just do 34 damage all in one swing.
So you have something that hits for 11. Imagine if Mako is sitting on aggressive negotiations or commence the festivities.
Yes.
At this point. I don't know if they'll get there, but they're gonna be remembered.
Yes. I wonder if we're setting up for a Qui-Gon or a Balaba play. Because the client only has 4 more health left. I guess Lando could finish the client off.
And here we go. All this damage to base. Keep going.
It's pretty good for catch up, but
I mean, 11-11, you still have your shielded unit. You can swing in, at least make it a race.
Yep. I mean, here's the thing though. If Lando gets Liberty out and removes all the client's upgrades, there's no more client there to deal with. Oh no.
I think that may be what's happening. Yeah, we see the immediate, let me go grab these. Here comes the credits. Here comes the Liberty. Yep.
That was painful to watch. So sorry, client.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No one can convince me Mon Calamari ships look good.
No. No one here is trying to convince you of that.
I know you and I talk about all the time, like, Star Destroyer is amazing. Look at them. Geometrical. Look great. Color's great. Overwhelming. But it's like, I see these ships and I'm just like,
it's just big and lumpy and weird.
Yeah. And I always think, artists have a chance to at least, I don't know, hide the awkwardness of it. I don't know, do something. Put some ships everywhere. Instead, we see...
arresting the Liberty.
Wow.
I mean, that's what happens when you mess with the Empire. You get arrested.
That's true. Okay, well, at the start of the regroup phase, it'll be rescued. But for right now, it's not the client's problem.
I hope that Black Sun Patroller's got one heck of a plan here.
We see the shadow of Surgeon Prime.
That's real cool, too. I mean, we're still making cool moves here.
I just really enjoy this card.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much I want to have that in all of my red yellow decks. It's definitely got a place here. Okay, it looks like that's game because Liberty's coming back with aggressive negotiations.
Yeah,
a modern classic, if you will.
A great match played by both players. Andrew's going to continue forward. Both players are obviously getting us some points today. They're getting some cards. They got some great prizes, and walk away with this fun sticker.
I think it's gorgeous.
I think it's great. They're going to get that Janktech sticker, a few Planetary Qualifier stickers here. So always a great time. Happy to be up in Seattle area. The rain has cleared. Now is the time that I can get that fresh air. Before we go into the next 2 rounds, there is a chance there may not be a final round, but We will keep everyone informed as we continue. It just comes down to the players that are advancing and what their decision is with their own results. So we will be back. Metal Marshmallow, anything else you want to add before we take a quick break?
I'm interested in checking in on that Dryden and Dedra match that's been going on. But yeah, otherwise I'm gonna be happy to fill my lungs with a little bit of that North Pacific Northwest air for a little bit.
Well, it looks like okay, so that match is still going. We do have Chris Wolf and Carson Caruso. If you've watched this channel before or follow a lot of the players in the Northwest, Chris Wolf and Carson are definitely some of the top players. We have Carson, who's been on our stream and has made top 8s, even finalized and even been the finalist in a lot of our PQs before. And Chris has been on here as well within some interviews. So he ended up beating Carson, who was running Obi-Wan. Courage Makes Heroes, who did really well today. 3-1. He did really well today. And Chris beat him running Boba Fett and Data Vault. So I know that's a deck that Chris has been really used to, been playing for a long time. And again, great to see them play. So yes, there are a couple more matches left we're waiting for. So we saw this Dryden Voss player play earlier. They are still playing a Lando Calrissian. And then the other one is a Daedra Mero versus Boba Fett. So sounds like we're definitely gonna have a Boba Fett in the next round, maybe 2 of them. So we'll we will probably avoid a Boba mirror if that happens.
So, I was expecting more of them, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I think the way it will work is if the Boba player wins, I believe they'll play the other Boba player.
Okay. So. Right, because you're eliminated at this point. They just get somebody to give like the thumbs to the door gesture and be like, you're out of here.
I think they pick you up and throw you out.
Oh, I'm glad I've never made it this far in a tournament.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching the quarterfinal round. We will be back with the semifinal round probably in, it could be 10 minutes, could be 20 minutes. We're going to put this on the break screen so you can just keep this on and check back in with us later. Thanks, everyone. Welcome back to Unlimited Power. Here we are at the Bothell, Washington, just north of Seattle, at the Planetary Qualifier at Zulus Board Game Cafe. My name is D-Rod, and I'm joined by Janktech's own.
Hello, I'm Metal Marshmallow, and I am still super pumped to be here. We've been watching lots of cool games all day. That last match with the client deck was so neat. I got a chance to talk to that player for a while after the game and sort of deconstruct their moves with them. And it's just really cool to see some of the ideas people have been bringing to this competitive Star Wars event. And speaking of cool ideas, like these 2 decks here look really neat. And these players have gone 6-0 the whole day.
Yeah, these players have worked really hard. We watched Noah earlier today. That was really great showing by the Dryden player. And we were watching Ben as they kind of climbed up throughout the day. We really wanted to catch this Daedra match earlier, but we found some other ones that we wanted to highlight. So really glad that here we are in the semifinals and seeing these 2 leaders.
Yep. I think we've seen a lot of lake country, so we know how strong it is having bases with extra health. So like we're at a point here where we see Colossus, which, normally is kind of not the best for you because you have 1 less card in your starting hand. But because of Dedra's ability to draw cards, assuming the other person doesn't want their stuff damaged, then you're going to quickly make up for it. And aggressive negotiations your way to victory.
Yeah. No, it's really, really nice. So right now, for people following along live, we have the Daedra and Dryden here in the semifinals match, and the other final semifinals match is Boba Data Vault versus Lando Lake Country. And we know the Boba Data Vault is being piloted by Wolf of Ruthless Raiders, who's been on this stream and done a few interviews. So hopefully that works in their favor, but we'll get those updates as the game goes. Right now, both players, Ben and Noah, are just reviewing each other's deck list, getting familiar of what to expect and what could come in that sideboard. And this is just something that happens when you get into that top cut play, where you get more information available to you. You have a certain, I would say you have a certain amount of time, but you have enough time to ask questions, look at stuff. You can see that the judge is actually showing the players like, hey, if you don't know what this card does, here you go.
Yeah, I like that we can see Swooty be right there for Neiman's Strike, which is, I think, just such a cool card in this Dryden deck to just make sure that you can get some sort of attack off with your force units, because this is a force deck. We're going to be seeing a bunch of them.
Yeah. Well, as these players continue to get ready, I again want to thank you, Metal Marshmallow, for being on the stream all day today. For those who don't know, there's another stream tomorrow in the Portland area. So we're in Seattle, so about a 3-hour drive. We're going to head back down, and tomorrow we'll be streaming a sealed Planetary Qualifier at Red Castle Games with some of our friends from the Night Sisters.
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Like if my friends from the Night Sisters, I am always happy to be doing any sort of streaming or playing with. They're very cool people. I had the pleasure of meeting the significant other of one of our Night Sisters today at this event.
Oh,
Shout
wow.
out to Pink Rebecca. And it was nice meeting your husband. Also, I couldn't help but notice there were some super fetching dice that one of the players rolled here with the Unlimited Power logo on them.
That's true. If you go to an Unlimited Power streamed event, you're usually walking away with some swag. One of the swags today was this fancy Janktech logo sticker that went out. But, with all that, it looks like these players are ready. So let's hit this button and get it going. So semifinals, again, here at the Planetary Qualifier at Zulus Board Game Cafe. It is I, D-Rod from Limited Power, and Metal Marshmallow from Janktech. And here we go. Noah versus Ben. Ben has the initiative. And it's going to be a fun time. So two great units here. We've already seen Dryden earlier. Let's talk a little bit about Daedra and her ability.
So I'm figuring this is going to be played more as a control sort of deck, because I've seen some of the stuff in the list. Daedra's ability of paying 1, exhausting her, choosing a unit, controller may deal 2 damage to it if they don't draw a card, is a pretty cool one. We've talked about decision fatigue already today a few times, and this is just one of those leaders that prompts that. I feel like, and I will be happy to be proven wrong by the execution of this deck, Daedra is going to be better for Ben on her leader side than her deploy side. I feel like she might only get deployed when it's time to finish out the game and do a little bit more damage.
Yeah. 2/5 doesn't hit too hard. They want to see cards outside of hand. And, with all day we've been seeing nothing but aggressive negotiation. So I wonder if it's in this list. We could take a peek, but why do that when we can just be surprised?
Yeah, well, we will have it happen live. All of you will be just as surprised as we are, and I will do my best to be as public radio in my reaction to it instead of my yelling so much that they hear me in the next room.
Yes, this is one of those videos you and I do where we have to watch our volume. So players aren't too far away, but they are, we're behind a closed door in a room. They're around the corner. It's, as all PQs go, the game space empties out a lot. So all the extra volume we had helping people not hear some of the comments we were making no longer work. And I did advise both players, like, hey, these life counters will turn off after a certain amount of time. So I'm going to see if they remember how to turn them back on.
It was interesting seeing that happen in one of the games where there wasn't any damage on the base for like 5 minutes after the game started.
Yeah. And I usually leave the timer on to avoid it, but that didn't happen here. So we're just going to see if they can take care of that when they get damage. And the first card is played. We're going to see Karis.
Love Karis. We've been seeing a lot of this particular treatment of Karis. And where did this one come from? Because this is not the prestige version, is it?
This is one of the promos, not this one. I don't know if it's this one. Nope, not that one either. There's too many.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool ones. I mean, she's cool looking with her cool little getup. I mean, I like her. She's such a good turn one play for a blue villain force deck.
Yeah. No, it's a solid. It's 2/4. It's where you want it to be. That 4 health is pretty solid. And here we go. Let's see if both players remember to turn it on. There they go.
This wouldn't be an issue in Twin Suns because everybody would have been blasted except for me by now.
We do love our Twin Suns talk. If you've never watched our Twin Suns videos, you can always catch those on either of our channels. You can hear commentary and watch the shenanigans we get into. But right now, it's a little bit more formal with these 50-card decks and play sets of cards. You know, we're going to see consistency here. And that's lately, that's not what we've been used to. So
exactly. I mean, we saw, what was that, 3 fireballs in one of those games earlier, just like fireball after fireball after fireball.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. We've gotten a few Dedras here, and Dedra just getting some damage in with her ability already in this game, preventing the Dryden player from doing as much as they would like and making as full use of their units.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like they discarded the Daedra. Okay, got it. I thought they were playing, or discarded Contempt for Culture. I thought they were playing it, but it makes sense. So here we go. Moving the shield, keeping the shield. They have a choice here with the shuttle.
Okay, that's interesting. Keeping lots as the shielded one. I mean, I guess she dies a lot easier.
Yeah, nice to have the 2/1. Daedra is out. There she goes.
Okay,
no
interesting.
surprise.
I was not anticipating the Daedra flip early, so maybe they're just pushing damage early on. Again, there's a 7 health difference between these bases, if I can still do math. And it looks like I'm able to do the math still.
There we go. Player really used to using dice, which isn't bad, but I do appreciate the players trying to make things more visible for everyone else.
Yep. I mean, you knock into the table, the dice go all over the place. I say this as a player that uses dice. Yeah, we saw the no glow O-row happening. I'm sure that's what people call it. And just, it's a great removal card. We're starting to see Dedra get into like that hard control phase of playing where it's just going to be, removal event after removal event, and we're going to enjoy it.
Here's a card I really am glad to see. We didn't see this too often, or we didn't see this too much when Noah played earlier. So I'm glad to see old Daka now. But never mind, she's lost and forgotten. So
old who? That's okay. We've got Anakin Skywalker. He's taken revenge. Dedra's gone, and now we're just going to look forward to pings or cards for the duration of the match.
Anakin Skywalker there. Great plays by both players. It's very back and forth here. A lot of strong threats, but the removal has been really good.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to be getting to Dryden's deploy turn really quick. And it's interesting here because obviously Dedra, blue-red villain, I'm sure that this has a bunch of single reactor ignitions in here.
Oh, it has to. Yeah.
So it's like, is Dryden going to take that risk, deploy, and hope that they can hit base a whole bunch before the board wipe happens?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sound super anti-control. I've never been really much of a control player. Oh, man.
Speaking of control.
Speaking of control, let's just exhaust poor Anakin as long as the Cantwell is out, and then just letting the other player know, hey, I've got this Hana and I've got this Lawbringer, and you just got to deal with it.
And I do enjoy the Cantwell. Not my favorite design of a ship, but hey, it's space, so what's the matter?
Yep, it is kind of funky looking.
Yeah, it's maybe the angle of the artwork too, of just being like, we're going to capture the Radar dish this way, so it just looks weird.
Yep. I, is the Dedra player at 12 on their base now? I think that they're I'm seeing a bunch of dice on it.
Yes.
Because that would make sense given how much the other units have hit it. Oh, the Devastator. Oh, man.
There we go. 3 damage on Dryden. There we go. Catching up. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, we're getting into like the super big control stuff in this deck. And, we've seen a bunch of capital ships so far. So it's, I feel like Planetary Bombardment is a reasonable card to expect if you're playing all. Oh, my goodness. That's awesome.
Speaking of reasonable.
Yep. I mean, that lets Anakin ready next regroup phase. It's pretty good.
I love the Hyperspace Disaster. I think it's a great card. I think it's a great piece of art. I also think, or I will say, this is probably the one thing I enjoy. Sorry. It's in the top of the things I enjoyed in the Old Republic series because the Hyperspace Disaster is the premise of the first book in the Old Republic series. It's essentially that of like, what happens when a hyperspace lane is essentially hijacked? And this is like the acts that can happen of that.
Oh, cool. It's so neat how they implement all these things mechanically in this game. I think we should have 5 more damage on the Colossus at this point.
Yeah, it looks like they are up to 17 now. According to the dice.
Yep.
Maz Kanata, love this Maz.
Oh, that's such a big hit there. That's very cool. I'm saying this in my public radio voice.
Yep, so that's 5 plus 2 plus another 2 from the Craving Power.
That's real good. Like a 9 all of a sudden. That's good stuff. Yikes. I mean, like, a board wipe would still... I know Dryden's got a very fresh base.
Yeah.
I don't think Dedra is out of this game yet, although she has unfortunately gotten a lot of big ships already come out and then go away because of the Hyperspace Disaster.
I really like this Dryden deck. And here we go. Lost and Forgotten. Anakin is gone. Heal 3, take 3 back from the Maz Kanata.
Yep.
This is good. I still wonder what Dryden's going to use the Force with. There's a lot of options. Tree remembers.
That's a dead Maz before we got anything else out over there. And wow, it's nothing even on the board anymore.
I'm really glad we've got to see a lot today of the phrase, the axe forgets and the trees remember cards. Like, I think great saying, great part of the Andor series, and seeing those 2 cards played in a competitive event, really great.
Yes.
And now we see another amazing character.
I know. Kelleran Beck, the Sabered Hand, played out of aspect. Very cool.
In the Prestige.
He looks real good. I refer to this a lot, and anybody that's heard me talk a lot knows this. I like calling him Kelleran BBQ because his stock artwork looks like he's holding a spatula. And I'm just like, yeah. I mean, look at this. There's a grill right off screen here.
You can make this playmat and make the grill and change that up.
Dude, I would love to have a Kelleran BBQ. He could have a glass of blue milk next to him while he's working on his sausages.
Sure. Yeah, that could be what he's doing.
Okay, so this is a great twofer here. Oh, like I was just talking about this earlier. Dryden hasn't had anything going on the base for 5 minutes, so we don't have anything on the display. So this Kelleran is pretty threatening. If we get the aggressive negotiations on him next round, then that's going to be bad for Dedra here.
Yeah, now both players, again, we're in hour 10? Yeah, hour 10 for these players. So they've been playing all day. Decision fatigue is a real thing. They both have made their way to the top. Both are walking away with a lot of prizes. We just saw the quarterfinal players walk away with like a box of a lot of good stuff.
Very cool. Like, do you know any of what they have in there? Or I mean, even if they're just getting a box of stuff, that's just very cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a mix of lots of packs, extra promos, and some fun stuff from Zulus game. So
cool.
Great store in north of Seattle. A couple locations, and this is actually the last time in the event center. So I'm glad to be here. This is our second time streaming from this location, and will unfortunately be the last time at this location, which is fine because we're under a dance studio or something.
Yep. Yeah, it's been really cool being here. The staff is nice. They fed me, which always gets bonus points from me.
Well, Cantwell just came out and just fed Keller and Beck a big slice of exhaustion.
Oh
So,
yeah. He's just gonna be holding his stomach for a while, just saying, "Oh God, it's not as good as it looked."
nope, that barbecue didn't work out.
Nope. But you still get 2 damage from the Night Sister Warrior.
But yeah, 29 when you're at 35 health base. I mean, we're almost there.
I mean, if this was a splash base, you'd be dead already. It's just like the signs by like the highway. If you lived here, you'd be home by now.
Yeah, I'm going to be thinking about that on that 3-hour drive back.
Hopefully, it's a 3-hour drive back.
Or less, honestly, because I guess we did get here a little bit quicker. Hana is out. Squee.
Like, love to see a Gamorrean. We were just talking about this earlier. Like, and she's just a super cool Gamorrean.
Yeah. It's nice to see more aggressive Gamorreans because the other ones we've gotten are guards, which is very similar to what a lot of what we see in Star Wars, but now is getting a little bit more that these are ones you want to play, you want to swing with them, and they're threats, and it kind of shows off their brute strength more.
And the other ones I thought was fun in a thematic the way that they were conditional guards, kind of just like, oh, they're for hire. If you don't get the right conditions, if you don't have the right aspect units, they're not actually going to be sentinels. We got Dryden touching a lot of resources here. Does that mean we're going to get like the cool Yoda play, maybe?
Oh, spoiler. Yeah, if you missed the game earlier, Dryden does play an off-aspect, high-cost Yoda. So it is the Yoda from Legends of the Force. So it costs 10.
Okay. Well, I mean, Lawbringer is no slouch either.
No, it's almost as expensive as Yoda.
I love this card so much. Like, this is kind of like the card that made me want to play Piet Blue. Because I'm like, oh, yeah. You're filling the void that the Green Devastator left in my heart when it rotated out.
All right, both players figuring out what the next move is here. Daedra has the initiative.
Yep, but with no damage on the Dryden base yet, it's gonna be tough to claw back from being 7 away from defeat here.
Right, and you can expect the Dryden player to put out either a bomb every turn, so something that's just going to be like, hey, this is my big win condition, whether it's Yoda, another Lawbringer, more Keller and Vex, or it's just going to flood the board with a couple more units. It's going to force Daedra to respond.
Oh, but in the meantime, that exhaust is real crucial. But that's kind of cool. And like this Dryden deck is varied enough in the aspects that's in it that they're not going to be completely crippled by hold for questioning the way, say, Boba Lake Country is.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Purgle King.
Oh yeah, like our Lord and Savior himself, as our friend Tim in our play the other week would say. That was Tim's catchphrase whenever we got one of those when we drafted that set.
Oh yeah,
no idea why, but it's just fun. It's fun to say a goofy thing when you get a goofy looking card.
I mean, I'm all about the goofy looking cards in Star Wars.
Yep. We got the Yoda out, yo.
He's here.
Yep.
He's healing.
Interesting with doing that to the Hana instead of the Cantwell. I mean, I can see reasons for each of them. Like Hana's got the restore, but the Cantwell is keeping Kelleran from doing anything. But we've got enough big units.
Yeah.
We meaning Dryden. I think it's because I'm sitting on the right side here by the screen, so I think of the people on my side as the we.
Yeah.
And but yeah, there's enough big units on Dryden's board that like they just need like one of them to get through.
Yeah, doing the 2 damage there is what you want. You want to take Hana out, stop the restore, just get this game over with rather than stall it. The Cantwell is a problem, but when you haven't taken any damage yet, you can afford to take 6.
Yes, and like single reactor ignition would be really great for Daedra right now. It might not be enough at this point, but it would at least be a starting point.
Oh, no glory only results. And Maskanata, there you go.
Oh
That Yoda
yeah.
swings
Oh.
and it is over. It gets +2 for the attack, so just enough.
Hmm.
And that's going to give the first win to Noah, the Dryden boss player.
Nice. It's a very cool deck. I love seeing all the off aspected stuff in there.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those. We talked earlier if there was a deck that we would pick to build off of and take to an event. We both were saying the client red
Hmm.
looked really fun, a lot of good interactions. I think Dryden would be the second for me because I like its play style. It's similar to what I usually go with, and I like that it can actually make some of these big units come into play with some strong effects. Or we see Yoda, Purgle King. Like I don't know if I'd use the same top ends, but I would definitely consider some other things like that because I think I'll just have fun with that. That's a great moment.
I agree. I think I may have mentioned earlier that I had been trying to make Dryden Blue Force work like a while ago, like way before this set released, and I think he's gotten a lot better
Yeah.
with like the kinds of options we have. Like here, their late game stuff is, I mean, it's definitely effective.
How did you feel when Dryden Voss revealed he studied the martial arts style of Tetrakasi?
I was like, where were you back when I was a PlayStation 1 player, my dude?
Yes, for people unfamiliar, there was a Star Wars fighting game that came out for PlayStation 1, and it was Masters of Tetrakasi, I
Yep.
believe is what it was.
And it was widely regarded as awful.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's worse games out there, but for what they were trying to do, wasn't that solid. But hey, if you wanted to be Boba Fett fighting Luke Skywalker, and by fighting I mean dying a lot, it
Hmm.
was there. It was available to you.
Yep. There is a YouTuber I follow named Maddie McMuscles that does a series called Worst Fighting Game, and it's just him playing really bad fighting games and ranking them all against each other. And he did do an episode with Masters of Terraskasi on there, and it's worth checking out if you're into like other kinds of Star Wars media. It's kind of fun to see this there, but yeah, it's just I'm always gonna laugh thinking about that because anything that's gonna reference that PlayStation 1 game, I'm just like, okay, guys, well, you tried at least, you
They
know.
tried, yeah.
Like I think you got a can you be a sand person in that game? No, no, you could be a Gamorrean. I'm pretty sure there was something that was like slightly off the beaten path. It wasn't just like the greatest hits of Star Wars.
It was a game I only enjoyed as a demo section at a department store. But every time I ended up at that department store, I was like, I'm gonna go check this out. Until like an employee says, like, you can't stand here all day.
Ah, rough.
Rough.
Yeah. Okay. I finally found my list for my Dryden Force. And you know what? I only actually ran Obi-Wan Kenobi from set one as my heroic stuff to proc Anakin. I was like, oh, I'm going to put Darth Sion in there. Not nearly as good, honestly, as this list that we're seeing here. Because for green cards, I only had the ambush overwhelm Maul from Shadows of the Galaxy and the First Light. So I think this is like a much more realized one than I was playing. So it could
Yeah.
be fun to like revisit that list and see what I could do with it.
Yeah, I think Noah built a great list here, worth looking at if you like Dryden or if you just like throwing in some big bads. A little late game, that don't necessarily have to be ships. It's a great, a great deck to play. So I'm excited to throw it together and mess around.
I'm kind of hoping that maybe we'll get a new Kira leader at some point
Mm-hmm.
because the old Kira leader's ability doesn't really synergize with Dryden's ability. And I
No.
want to make a Twin Sons with deck with them just for like, you know, S's and G's just because they're characters that work together in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But with like when they don't have abilities that complement each other in any way, then it's kind of like hard to get excited about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're interesting characters, that's for sure, and they do work together. I really enjoyed the Rise of the Crimson Dawn book. That was a really great one, and I really need to finish up the final parts of the series of the Crimson Reign, which is a comic, to see more about Kira's life and what the Crimson Dawn was. But yeah, really, really cool. Really, I really want to see again a leader that pairs well with that they both can work together, and hopefully maybe even different colors.
Mm-hmm. I would love to actually read some more of the comics at some point, partially because I use comic art for a lot of my thumbnails when I do videos, and like I feel like I'm passively absorbing Star Wars lore in this way, and I'm just like, it doesn't really work like that, but you know.
Oops, I hit. No, I did not. Okay, cool. Thought I hit something. Did not.
I think one player may have thrown the puck away.
I did think he just set over the side and was just kind of done with it. Which, we'll see what happens. So,
We'll do our best to track damage in here at the same time. We'll make it work.
Yeah, we may just eventually just get stricter with the no. But as long as everything's visible for you, the viewers at home, that is important. So, and here we go, 4 damage on Daedra's base. So.
We need some sort of unlimited power branded electrical shock inducing garment or something that they need to wear every time that we have to manually tick up the base damage. They receive a mild shock. No, that's not a good idea.
I guess not. All right, Contempt for Culture is going to get played. So 2 damage goes on a unit.
I think that's kind of
some spy tokens.
It's a neat card for Daedra specifically because, like a lot of things have 4 health. Daedra wants to do 2 damage. And so it just puts you in an interesting space of, do you want your unit to die or do I get another card?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing especially with Daedra that every card you get, it puts you 1 closer to an aggressive negotiations gone wrong.
I like this. I really like lots coming in here, just taking care of the spy token, keeping the shields for that extra protection. And here comes Daedra.
Yeah, Lots is one of those units too that I think she had to win me over. Like I didn't originally like her, and then I was like also kind of like, she looks like this budget Poison Ivy character. But no, I think she's pretty cool. I like the utility. I like that she can do a couple of different amounts of damage depending on what you want on her. And I like also if you're running her in a deck that uses Gar Saxon in any capacity, then she's extra good.
I will say her character in the Clone Wars does mimic if Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn were, tied together as one character. Very much that as far as a personality, very dangerous. Just one of Boba's crew there. So this player forgot how to turn it on. There we go. I do love how the player not using it didn't know of like what to do. Just hit the home. Boom.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
It's like they have to turn off after a certain point because they actually don't have unlimited power.
No, they do not. All right, 2 damage shield from that Hana takes Ben down to 5, but Towson's Assassins comes out and gets to remove it, which is great.
Oh, big chunky credit generating Sentinel. You love to see it. I mean, this just gets the Daedra player closer to playing some of that late game removal if Dryden attacks into it. But also Dryden kind of probably likes having this Sentinel here, so they can ambush something into it and have like a target instead of having nothing.
Yeah, I really like this Canto Bite secure. I don't care for the art too much, but I really like the mechanics of it. Just 3/5 Sentinel, and every time I block, I'll get a credit token.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one in Twin Suns too, because it's really a Sentinel that you don't want to swing into.
Yeah,
I think it's always a Sentinel you don't want to swing into. Oh, Anakin.
Anakin's lost and forgotten, but he did his job. He got rid of the Sentinel before it could get any credits. So, hey.
Yep, and we got some more damage on base here, so like life is good.
This is where it's hard looking at dice because they're clear.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing the pips on the other side. So I think it's 8.
I think it's 8 too. This was something I was so scared about going to Galactics because I don't really play a lot of competitive events, and I was just like, I heard I have to have do my dice have to be like either opaque or they have to be like clear so they can see that I'm not cheating, that they have all these sides on them. And I was like so afraid I was going to get like random deck inspected and someone's going to be like, no, one of your sleeves is creased and your cards are marked. And I was going to be like, no, I'm just here to vibe, man.
Well, I know I mean, doing a lot of these PQs, I do see a lot of interesting stuff while people will get their penalties. And I've gotten penalties myself. And it's just, you know, the first thing to tell anyone is just keep your deck separate from all your other cards that you're bringing that day. Just
Mm-hmm.
make sure they're in separate sleeves, sideboard are separate from, you know, or is with your deck and in the same sleeves. Like, just don't have anything that shouldn't be with your deck with it. That means prize packs, promos, anything.
Yep.
A
In fact,
trade you just made.
exactly. Like you're better off not opening any sealed product at an event like this. As hard as it is, because man, I love tearing into that sealed product. Oh my goodness.
The big thing with dice we mentioned earlier is just that knockdown. And if you're ever worried about, like, well, you know, are people going to question what I bring? What if my puck runs out of life? What if my custom tokens aren't flat enough? Like, you know, if you're really concerned about that, we saw this earlier where it's better to just write it out.
Mm-hmm.
Bring a pad and pen. You have to use a new page every time. That's very common in games. But just writing it out, the damage that's done to you is usually better because it's easier to track. And it's one of the things that judges trust the most. The player usually writing everything down is usually the one that has the right life totals for both players.
Mm-hmm. And we saw it with that Vader deck, exactly. Because they actually had to like back it up a little bit and try to figure out what damage was where.
Yeah. So a lot of cross actioning here, a lot of big moments. We saw Devastator come out, take out Towson's Assassin. Then Anakin came out, taking out the Devastator.
Mm-hmm.
Love the back and forth here. No surprise when you're looking at two villain decks playing blue that's what it's going to be.
Yep. This is one of the reasons that I've been back and forth on Fulminatrix versus Devastator. I like that Devastator lets you distribute damage however you want and sets you up for planetary bombardment. But Fulminatrix can't be killed by Anakin.
Mm-mm.
I mean, either way, they're both, you know, giant triangles. So it's like, I'm going to love them. But I think against this Dryden deck, I might actually prefer Fulminatrix because you're getting like the damage on the ground units both when you play it and when you're swinging, and that might be more valuable to try to like remove some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's lost and forgotten, it doesn't matter.
Anakin keeps getting lost.
This card, I think it's a hard one to play against because it's removal plus life gain. But on the other hand, like it feels more fair than Rivals Fall. And I think this was like a good replacement for Rivals Fall.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. All right, we have Dryden out deployed. That's what I should say. And there we go, swinging for 5.
Yep, nothing to ambush something into, unfortunately. And the initiative is like, oh, here we go. It's the Purgle King. And fortunately, because of the Purgle King's ability and massive Tuckus, that means the Dryden player gets to draw a few more cards here, right? Yep,
draw a card for each friendly unit with 7 or more remaining HP.
Dryden happens to have 7 or more remaining HP. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Sometimes when I see the Purgle King, I expect it to have a small little crown on it.
It would look good with a crown.
Yeah, I keep expecting there to be like a little tiny crown on the guy, and I'm always disappointed that there's not.
I think when you design a signature series of art for this game.
Oh yeah, first thing I'm doing.
Little crown on there. And we got another 5 to base with Dryden, who again is out of targets. Okay.
Yeah, we're out of Lost and Forgotten, that's for sure.
And hopefully we'll actually get something cool ambushed in here. That's what the people want to see. I'm back here clamoring for it. I'm like, come on, you got big stuff
Banging
in here.
at the walls.
I know. I'm just like, well, don't make me come in there, guys. I'll open this door up and force you to play something big and neat.
I mean, you brought how many decks with you today? Just
let's see. I brought my After Eternal deck, my Jabba deck, my Piet deck, my modified pre-constructed Twin Suns deck, and my Talzin Orising Twin Suns deck. they've all looked very nice inside of my backpack over the course of this this long day.
I shake my head at the Towson Orsing one because like I'm gonna play against it. I think I'm gonna hate it.
You prompted me to make that
I
deck.
know. I want to see it made.
I think it's cool. Okay, we got the Dagoyan Master, which means we're gonna get the Force, which means we're gonna get another Force card.
This card is so great, and I'm glad we get to see it used this time. Earlier, we didn't get to see it used at its full capability, and this is great.
Mm-hmm. Karis is an interesting decision with this. I mean, it could just be like what the cards are, but again, it's like it's a way to get rid of Hana if we have to. Not completely, but close.
I mean, a 5/5 for 5 that can fetch a unit on play, and then afterwards, really solid. It forces Daedra to swing into the Master, which isn't helping them too much. They need to do some damage on the base, but obviously, you're going to have to do it with the Master, and you're going to lose your restore unit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we are playing the Karis after all.
Great move, a couple of options to get you the Force.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I would be so nervous about a board wipe at this point as Dryden. But again, like Dryden's got the momentum here to keep pushing. And so it's probably better just to not be scared, keep playing units. And if Daedra plays a board wipe, then Dryden's going to have a bajillion resources to repopulate the board.
Yeah, and Daedra's only going to have 5 resources left after a single reactor ignition.
Oh, before Dryden could get the Force, we got the Dagoyan Master gone.
Yeah, definitely something that could happen. It's the right move, but again, it prevents Hana from being out there as a consistent healer.
Yep. And Daedra can probably claw her way back from a very large disadvantage. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I mean, they've done really well, and that doesn't feel good. Yeah, the Annihilator.
Dryden got annihilated, which means that you still get the intel on Dryden's hand, which, like.
Ooh, hyperspace, eager scout, shuttle.
Yep.
Is that an executor?
Is that another annihilator?
No, that's the executor.
Okay, I can't keep straight the landscape ones, even though I have both of them in my considerations for making my Piet deck better. The executor is the one that makes all the ties.
I cannot recall. I wish I did, because I do enjoy the executor. Yep, when played and on attack and when defeated, create 3 tie tokens. 11 for a 12/12.
Okay,
seems good.
It does seem good. I mean, ambushing that sucker, and oh my goodness! And if Dryden hadn't been the one to get killed by this, then oh my gosh, Dryden could have ambushed in the executor and made 9 ties basically, trading with the Annihilator.
Well, Dryden has still some options now.
Yep.
So the Annihilator has been played. Dryden has so many resources available. I want to say, what is that, 12?
So much.
So plenty of options here to play out. Still has a unit to hit Ben's base. So that's going to bring it up to 25.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you can swing, force, shatter point. You can no glory only results. Like, yeah, like I think Dryden's got some good lines of play here.
Yeah, I mean, two removal things already and shatter point after you get the force. So you're not really worried about the Annihilator. You can just flood the board with even those small units and keep moving forward.
Yep. I mean, like ambushing not ambushing that ship in like feels pretty good if you're swinging for 4 with it and you're uncontested. And you're just like, Daedra can just draw a card with it. It's fine.
All right, Noah has already game 1, so Ben really wants this game 2, but it doesn't look like it's in their favor. Noah has the force. Noah has taken no damage in over 5 minutes, so that life counter is off again. Player reminding him to turn it on.
Yeah, still at 5 though, so
yeah, right move here. Flood the board with a few units. Put the shield on your eager scout.
That's cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, interesting. Then just not even going to get rid of it because I guess he's just like, okay, I can push damage.
Yeah, I mean, the Annihilator has to swing on something or they need to destroy everything.
Yeah, I forget it's just when played and when defeated.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, all these giant triangles, a lot of them have on attacks as well. But I think this one is fine. Have that one only trigger those 2 times.
Yeah, the giant mouse cursor is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
I see it and I just hear the clicking in my head.
Yeah, I think that's the proper response.
That's why FFG doesn't ask me to promote spoilers because that's what I would have done the Annihilator. Just like click, 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 click.
If they were thinking, they would sell it as like, a custom cursor, like upgrade that you could, I would love to have my cursor look like one of those.
I feel like you could easily make that.
Yeah, probably so.
It's been a while since I've used a PC, but I think I recall that was a common, simple thing.
I mean, I think it's just a super low resolution, like what, 25 by 25 or 40 by 40 or something picture.
Mm-hmm.
Then you just make little pixels in there. It'll be great. There's a lot of consideration happening here at this point in the game.
Well, yes, and Ben, the Daedra player's at 29, so there's 5 damage still on the board.
Yep, and they know that Dryden can just get rid of the Annihilator whenever.
Yeah, plenty of resources left, so they're not too worried about. Oh, there we go. No glory.
And a shield on the Annihilator. Whoa. I mean, wait, yes.
They have the option of moving
Yeah.
it, yeah, but I don't think they're going to take it. Won't matter too much when you're looking at like a hyperspace disaster.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting here. I mean, Dryden has to get rid of the Annihilator because it's got enough for lethal damage.
Right.
Swinging 24 in 2 turns it's pretty good. It's pretty big damage. But I guess I could see being careful around managing resources at this point, just because you want to be sure that you can deal with whatever the other person's going to play if they can one-shot you.
Well, we know they have the Shatter Point. They have the Force.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not too worried about that. If they have no glory, that works in their favor. And worst case scenario, they pay 7 for a hyperspace disaster.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There it is. Okay, cool. So they get the win defeated ability.
Although it has to be a unit in play, correct? And since the Annihilator's the Deader's only unit, then unfortunately cannot annihilate the rest of their Annihilators. Now, if you had your own Annihilator, no, hold on. I'm trying to think if glory only resulted somebody else's Annihilator.
No, you just took this from math to algebra.
Yeah, my brain's too soft right now.
It's been too long. We've been sitting here watching and talking about Star Wars stuff since 5 a.m. and it's 20 till 9.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of the only option that Ben has is to play another Annihilator.
Yep. Oh, right, because 31, that ship had lethal.
Mm-hmm. Well,
there's okay, that is an Annihilator. So that means this Annihilator on Noah's side can annihilate the Annihilator on the other side. No, because then that Annihilator would annihilate the other Annihilator. Yeah, you're right.
Everything would die.
Everything would die.
But there's 2 hyperspace disasters.
Yes.
And a Shatter Point.
I think the Shatter Point's the way to go at this point.
Yeah, I mean, take care of the low cost removal.
Mm-hmm. And probably still enough to play.
More than enough here. So I think Noah's problem is they just have more events than they do units in hand. But they have enough to keep the pressure going, and they won game 1. So
yeah, like at this point in the day, the people that have been here this long are going to be pretty serious about seeing the game through to the end and not just saying, okay, I think you have this, I'm just going to scoop. Like maybe you will get to draw into something and be like, okay, cool, we made it, we got this.
Decisions.
Right? It's like Dedra's not going to do a whole lot at this point, except probably the Dedra leader ability.
Oh, I think, are we going Annihilator? Well, we're scooping up all our resources, about a tenth of our deck here. And we're swinging with Karis.
Okay, cool. Cool.
I mean, that feels good. You're pretty much saying, like, you need to take the initiative as the Deidre player, because if not, then okay. I have the final 2 damage right here.
If the issue here is that if they kill the Annihilator, then Karis is gone and can't finish it off next round. So they got to make sure they can play another unit. And do they have enough to do another unit?
Yeah, so now they'll search for all the Karises. They have a Yoda.
But they can't play Yoda.
They have an Old Daka.
Okay, Old Daka to the rescue. Oh, this is so interesting because, the odds of Dedra having another removal card, probably pretty good. I don't even remember at this point how many Lost and Forgottens or No Glory only results have been played, but
definitely all 3 Lost and Forgottens have been played.
Okay.
No Glories, I wasn't keeping track, but I feel like I want to say 2, but I believe both players play No Glory. So
okay.
But yeah, I think we went turn 2 Lost and Forgotten, then another Lost and Forgotten. I think 2 Lost and Forgottens were spent on Anakin's.
Which is a good investment,
Oh, totally, yeah.
Like Anakin, he's, in addition to his cool when played and his winning smile, like he also hits for 5 damage, which was pretty good.
What else do you want from a secret husband?
I think that's all I could ask for, other than he not embarrass me when we have our late night fetes at a Hotel 6 or something. Oh my gosh, a droid laser turret.
Yeah, a 2/1 shielded and sentinel. So this can prevent 2 attacks to bend space. Going with just a classic sentinel card.
Mm-hmm. I love this in chat. Nobody remembers the on defeat from the Krennic shuttle. It's like, I remembered, man.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembered so good. So Trident could annihilate the droid laser turret. Is that overkill?
Yes, but is it worth it? Because it'll pull the other droid laser turrets out of their opponent's library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, deck. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, a magic term. I have tried so hard in this game to deliberately not use magic terminology with it because I want it to be its own game. I know that magic terminology has become such a big part of CCGs because, magic was like the OG. Of course, everybody's going to say that, but it is tough sometimes to not say creatures or casting or mana or what have you.
Mm-hmm. Spells.
Yeah, spells. And speaking of spells, we had a hyperspace this week. Why did this? Oh, nice. We just discarded the hyperspace disaster to ambush Maz.
Yep.
To then ambush to then attack with Old Daka. That's a cool move.
Yeah. Until Top of the Summit comes out and then game over.
Yes.
I don't think we're seeing that here. Was it Netrunner that called it the trash?
Specifically for the runner's discard pile, I think. Okay. Yeah, because for Corp it was archives.
Yeah, that was one thing I did. That's probably the one reference I go back to sometimes for discard piles. Like, you're trash. I'm like, that's not what it's called.
Wait, no, it's the heap.
The heap.
Still pretty close.
Yeah. The bin.
I think that's the British version of Netrunner. Let Deidre kill it. Interesting. Okay. Oh, yes, it was called War. It was that's a fun card with Dedra. Just whatever. I've got plenty of cards.
There we go. Old Daka hanging in there.
Oh my gosh, Old Daka is Dryden's probably at this point just oh my gosh, I just need 1 unit to survive. Come on, we can do this.
Yeah, just has to get through.
It's interesting considering what we've seen Dryden have in hand. Okay, Droid Laser Turret is real solid here.
Oh yeah, that's super secret tech right there.
Mm-hmm. Nobody else could have possibly expected that one.
Why is Noah holding out on us? Why did he save that for till the late game part of the game?
just because it's like a little harder to kill than other.
Ooh.
But I thought that got annihilated. No.
No, it got Mazd ambushed.
Right. Yes. I think I just wanted it to be annihilated.
I think you're right. Going for I would have done the annihilator just to get those blockers out because that's what you're worried about.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Finally, a little bit more of a complicated card. I read this as Cyril Khan. I thought the subtitle was "Who is he?" but it's "Where is he?"
Mm-hmm. You know, like, well, it says who he is right above him too.
I mean, but who is he?
Yeah, who is he
Who's
really?
his uncle? I don't know. I had a lot of questions about Cyril, but those that don't matter anymore. And he doesn't matter in this game anymore.
No, he's just gone. I was so busy looking at the description of him and his cool on attack ability that Dryden was able to just erase him from existence.
Yeah, instead we have a droid laser turret in the nice foil promo there.
Mm-hmm. They absolutely, man.
Oh yeah,
those promos look so good.
Killing it. If you have not gotten yourself one of these promos, these are a weekly play promo, new design. So if you haven't been to your local game store in a bit, definitely worth going to check out to just get these great promos. So many good ones now. You can get legendaries. So yeah, if it's been a while, go check them out.
Mm-hmm. I've actually been lucky enough to pull more than a playset of Maz's from these packs, which considering she's the legendary, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good because I still have yet to pull one of the Landos or the Yodas from these packs. And it's like, they're just cool. You know, I just wanted the alternate artwork version of them.
I don't hold on to any of these style because if I do, I'll have to hold on to everything. So for me, they just become easy trade fodder. So I love getting them, and then they just kind of go in a binder until someone says, "Hey, I haven't played in 6 months," or "It's my first time in this game." And I'm like, "Oh, here you go."
I don't let my play sets of cards match all the time, so I'm okay having like 2 different kinds of droid laser turrets, for example, which actually with those cards I like a lot because they're facing in different directions depending on the art. So, you know, you can like surround your other units to make them feel extra safe.
Yeah.
Either that or you make pew pew noises at your opponents. Yeah, like that's the kind of, okay, finally
Here
the
we
Yoda
go.
and
I've been holding on to this Yoda for a bit.
I know it's been killing me to not loudly talk about it.
We were just talking about one of the promos. This is the older promo.
Yes, with the Itor Prieto art. Oh my gosh. And Dedra probably been saving that single reactor ignition to banish Yoda as soon as he popped his little green head up.
Yeah. So Yoda is out, but he did heal the base. So he did his job. He did some damage, and now they're both starting over.
I'm just falling in love again for the first time and saying it with diamonds. And oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. What I am saying.
But what I am saying.
But what I am saying is like this has been a very intense game where we're in that, you know, we've talked about this the whole day. We're in that weird late game where anything can happen, where they might just be both top decking to try to find an answer here.
What's interesting is we're still in game 2.
Yes.
And Noah's done super well. It went from like 0 to 5, and then all of a sudden to 17, and now it's back to 15. Daedra's been healing a lot. At least 11 life has been healed. And here they are just on the edge of it.
Mm-hmm. They might actually like have to start thinking about what's going to happen when they run out of cards. Like, because Dedra's had that card draw.
I think we're probably 10 cards or 10 turns away from that.
Okay.
Yeah, based on a quick count, I would say I see around 18 cards. So a little bit there.
Oh, we got Mako in the chat. Hello, Mako. Yeah, those games with you as the client were awesome, though. It was great having you on stream.
Yeah, I'm wondering what they got out of all their prizes.
I know you got that cool box of stuff that we were just like, ooh, that looks real cool.
There was some peer pressure to get them to open it before they left, but we understand.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long day.
You know, like also sometimes you just want to bring it home and like my precious over it for a little bit. That's oh my gosh.
Here comes that was a top 8 Devastator or top 4.
Mm-hmm.
I really do enjoy that we get different versions of these flagships. You
Yes.
talked about it a lot today. The Green Devastator from the original set,
Hmm.
so fun, great feeling to play. Worth the 10 cost. And here, the 8 cost red one, I think, is also just as good.
Yeah.
Just fun stuff.
I love this card so much. Wow.
I mean, we knew they were holding on to hyperspace disasters. You might as well spend 7 to take care of a ship that's now a problem for you at your life total.
Hmm. It's been, man, what a slugfest.
Pretty sure Dryden does not have the force at this moment. No.
Wait, oh, planetary bombardment. Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Oh man, it would have been GG if they hadn't taken care of that
Oh my gosh,
devastator
you're
right
right.
there.
Yeah, that would have been it. Because so planetary bombardment does 8 indirect damage, but 12 with that capital ship.
Yep.
So
And they're 3 shy here, so that would have been enough.
yep. So 2 damage needs to happen to Ben. 3 damage happens to Noah. If 3 damage happens to Noah first, then we're going to game 3.
Mm-hmm. Game 1 was over pretty quickly. This one has just been the one of Dedra slowly clawing back from the very brink of defeat here. So it's been cool to watch this comeback story happening.
Yeah, I think Daedra's been sitting on 2 damage for over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And here comes the
The
Annihilator.
Annihilator, just, oh my gosh. And one more damage from single
Wow,
reactor
yep.
ignition. This is incredible.
That single reactor ignition is doing some work today.
That's got to be the last one. I feel like I've seen a bunch of those played already. If this thing is the thing that swings for the win, oh my gosh.
I mean, Noah has to have an answer. Has to have an answer for it. He can ambush something in at a certain level. I mean, it's only 5 damage, so you can do it.
Yep.
What's not going to take it out is a hyperspace disaster.
No.
So,
A Dagoyan would be real nice here,
yeah.
because you ambush it in, you get the force, you.
Nope. Nope. I think
Whoa,
we're
was
scooping
that the
and going
scoop?
to game 3.
Oh
and
my
Noah did not
gosh.
have an option.
I can't believe Dedra got that one. That was so cool.
It was probably the dice.
Yep. There's something to be said for playing with what makes you feel comfortable.
That's fair.
Because I'm also very finicky about the things that I play with. But like I also enjoy trying new things.
I completely understand when players hit a feature table match that they don't really want to be not caught off guard, but you don't want to change the rhythm of your day, right?
Mhm.
You're used to your tokens, you're used to your playmat, you're used to certain actions. Um, but unfortunately, if you're trying to play competitively in any game, you do have to adjust to what a higher level competition is.
Mhm.
That does mean you could walk into a Star Wars event at Galactics and they say, well, no, you're going to use our tokens.
Yep. Because there's my way or the highway with that. You
Oh, yeah.
only use the game-genic tokens at an official event like that.
Yeah, and they'll do the same thing. They'll be like, you know what? No, we don't want dice on stream, or no, we're not going to have any playmats that aren't this or that. They've gotten better at a few things that's theirs, but it's still to the point like the way they want it presented does impact the way a player plays. And most
Mhm.
people, and again, that's how it is in any game. You go to Pokemon, you go to Magic, you go to Grand Archive. There are certain requirements when you're at the top level that you just have to abide by. And it's more just the consistency on how the game is represented. And at that level, they want it represented a certain way. Which,
Mhm.
yeah, you can't blame them. I mean, they own it, so it's fine.
Yep. I would like to try to force myself to use FFG speak, and like doing one game of commentary and saying, "Oh, the Dryden leader is being exhausted to perform his ability. We are now deploying the Dryden leader unit." But saying the full name and like the subtitle or whatever. I'd imagine that all of their employees probably have like a binder of rules that they have to read. That's like, this is how you talk about the cards. You have to use this structure with everything.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a big thing for casters where they talk about it, and content creators of you do want to avoid using language that isn't, and it's not just like the language isn't their game. It's that the language is owned by a different game.
Mm-hmm.
Magic owns the phrase, tap as a mechanic and as a phrase,
Yeah.
and that you cannot use it in other games. That's why they've been using exhausted for over 15 years now. Fantasy Flight has adapted that into their system of there's ready and there's exhaust.
Yep. And like we're seeing someone else in chat. Hey, salty smugglers. Yeah, saying exhausted is the hardest, I think, for a lot of people because of how Magic has ingrained it into everyone. I just hope that Fantasy Flight never comes after me for saying butt instead of health or whatever the right term is, because I'm sorry, y'all. I just like talking about butts. If that keeps me from making it into the big leagues, then so be it. I'll die on that butt-shaped hill.
A couple people asking, is this semifinals timed? It technically or usually is timed. The judge has decided not to have it timed. When these are timed, they are an hour and 15 minutes. Maybe we go over it in this match. But yes, usually you would see that. So this is the semifinals. In other, usually the way it goes is your semi and quarterfinals are an hour and 15 minutes, and then your final match is untimed.
I've honestly lost complete conception of time during this last match.
Oh yeah,
like I could not tell you if they've already gone an hour and a half. At
I
this
don't want to
point.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead, we get to see this awesome Trachis acolyte.
Oh yeah, these guys are so cool. It's interesting that this was a Secrets of Power card, considering that it fits so nicely in with the rest of the, as people would say, the blue villain force package. It just fits so nicely into a deck like this. I like this guy. A 2/4 for 2 gets you the force.
Yeah, having a great day at a rave.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah, like, this reminds me of me when I was like 19 years old, and I was like, oh yeah, listening to all this this music is a great idea. Oh, we got Cyril Karn out. Is Cyril going to be left alive?
Yeah. Well, I think now we'll see. Well, they don't have the initiative, but Cyril may actually attack and disclose some cards. So,
Oh,
never
nope,
mind.
he is just going to die slowly, cut into 1,000 pieces. Sorry, Cyril. Like his ability is just too good. Like he's just such a natural fit in a Dedra deck that you don't want to give him any opportunity to do his thing.
Yeah, solid choice. Here we are at turn 3, 4 resources. Let's call it war.
Oh yeah.
Take them out. Take more damage.
Ugh.
Gain the force. They're moving quick now.
Yep.
All right. Noah has the initiative. Daedra gets. It's so weird because the other game, was so long ago when she flipped. But now she's deployed. She has a little bit of damage on her already. 4 damage on her 2/5 unit stats. And here comes the Acolyte for 2 more points of damage.
Yep. I mean, they might be playing extra fast too because they've got the peer pressure of the other group. Like, hey guys, we finished like half an hour ago. We're just kind of looking at this point.
Here we go. Great use. This is what you want to see early. You want to get the unit out, find another one, another force user out of your top 8. Yes. You use the force for it, and now you just need to swing again, get that force back, and then be prepared for when it dies. And they're going to kill the master because that 5 attack is just so strong.
Yeah, this is just such a great unit. It works, I think, in pretty much any force-centric deck that runs green. Obviously, it's better in this one because this one prizes card draw. This one likes things that have when defeated effects because of all the ambush. So, yeah, it's super good fit in this Dryden deck.
Yeah, I'm really glad they did not make this unit heroic and just made it the command aspect only. I think that was great. First Lost and Forgotten came out, so 3 healing there.
Okay, we'll be keeping track of those, hopefully. In terms of all of Dedra's removal, I'm not going to say spells. Dedra's removal events.
Mm-hmm. The defeat events.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, a lot of fun terms out there to try to adapt. Yeah, defeats is definitely one of mine I try to stick with. And there it is, the Cantwell coming out.
Yep. And exhausting this Karis unit.
I feel like Cantwell, obviously it's slowing down the opponent. Did a lot of work last game. That would have been end if the Cantwell was just removed sooner, just from how many times it prevented, I think, Kellerin from attacking.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens now if the Cantwell is removed sooner, or if it's still just not too much of a threat that no one wants to deal with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are at 7 resources, so it's time for Dryden to come out and maybe do something. Although I can understand that the Dryden player is going to be afraid of having Dryden immediately defeated. So, like, they're going to need his ability to ambush bigger things in if they want to take care of maybe some of those big late game threats that were so impactful last game.
Laguna Cat, yes, 75 minutes at PQs is normal outside of the finals. So,
But now they are just rip raring here. This is just like white knuckle driving at this point.
It's all drive.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom. Maz Kanata.
Nice.
I really, really love seeing this Maz Kanata today. It's a great card. I don't feel like I see it enough. She's Underworld. She works with Force units, so I like it. It's synergy and it's not, but I really like the way it works in the Dryden boss deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been doing a lot of great work for Dryden, like getting a buff on your Force units and basically just getting the Force at the same time. It's a good little twofer.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm just like, okay, yes, it shouldn't be a Force unit. It shouldn't probably be a Jedi unit that has this ability, or even a Republic unit that has this ability for Force users.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, we got the Devastator out. Oh my goodness.
Devastator's out. Dryden. I mean, these players I feel like are just moving so much faster than they were before. So it's 20-6.
I mean, new game, new you. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. Or they're probably ready to stop playing, I would imagine.
Yes, or they've been here for probably 12 hours
Mm-hmm.
at this point. Yeah, doors opened at 9, everyone. It is 9 p.m. in the Pacific Northwest, and we're having a great time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this day has flown by. Like, these matches have all been super entertaining to watch.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a lot more units than normal, or than last game. So that's going to be 4 damage.
Ouch. Although Dryden is going to be able to play a whole bunch of stuff at this point. So maybe make it up.
Yeah, this is the hard part. Do you go wide here and hope they don't have the other single reactor ignition, or do you go with just like, nope, let me put something out that's just like a bomb?
Yep. Although, as Chad is pointing out here, I think like Dedra's likely doing this kind of play because like she's just gonna be able to keep removing Dryden's stuff. It's like I wonder if we're gonna see more of these Lost and Forgottens or Cantwells or Annihilators coming up because like it's a pretty big move to just say I'm gonna use all my resources to wipe the board when Dryden hasn't spent anything yet.
Yeah, and if I'm Ben, if I'm sitting over here and I won game 2, and because I made it, by the skin of my teeth, 2 health remaining, healed as much as I could, I feel good going into game 3 that I could do it again. Like and maybe that's the unfortunate part here because it's not timed, and so it gives you the opportunity to actually accomplish that.
Yeah, like, do you want to spend another hour doing it though? Is that worth it?
I mean, I think that's also where the reason why a lot of this stuff doesn't go traditionally untimed, because if you end up with like 2 strong control players and they just spend 2 hours, and then you're telling them, okay, now go to another untimed event.
Yep. I think because we ended up with this control match here, this is definitely going to be a thing that's going to be more likely to go longer than I'm sure the Boba Fett Lando double Lake Country match would have.
Yeah, I mean, that was the other option. Would you be surprised that that match is over? Let me check this real quick while they're making some decisions. Oh, it looks like Andrew won. So we have watched Andrew before. Andrew's running the Lando Lake Country. So Lando was the player who beat the client earlier.
Yeah.
So in the opening round. So Chris from Ruthless Raiders definitely walks away with a few more points, but is not taking today's PQ win. But congrats to him. Always pushing through. I'm sure I will see him tomorrow at the Portland Planetary Qualifier that you and I are covering again. So we'll be seeing a lot more cards, but this time it's going to be a Lawless Time sealed. So no Anakins, no Towson's Assassins. But
no aggressive negotiations.
Nope, but we'll see a lot of these single reactor ignitions and Hanas and some fun stuff.
What a hand.
Yeah, that's a strong hand. Yep, the Master, Maz Kanata, I like both of those.
Yeah, I mean, their Maz Kanata is going to be great at pushing some more damage out. Like, Dryden just needs to get that damage out faster than his units can get removed at this point.
Well, 17-10, so a little bit to go. 18 more damage on Ben's base, and then we need to see 18 more damage on Noah's base. So
it's funny to think that they're tied up at 17-10. Oh, with the droid laser turret. Oh, that's brutal.
I think this comes down to the play Noah should have made last game where he had used the Annihilator on the turret. Get rid of the other turrets, would have removed all the weird blockers in the ground lane where he had most of the units at the time.
Yeah, like the droid laser turret is such a huge speed bump, and it might be worth 11 resources to just say, no, we're getting rid of that.
Well, now we're getting closer, evening it up. It's 15-12.
Yeah, I think if I had an Annihilator, I would 100% annihilate that, because I guess at this point we know there's more board wipes, there's more lost and forgotten, so it's kind of scary still. But at least if there's another unit on the board, then the Annihilator is going to take that one out on the way out too.
Yeah. Look at this. So many resources. What is that? 12, 13, I think. Here we go. Lats comes in. We see them do the work.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like ping off the shield, and then that's cool. That's a cool little ambush move there.
I like that play a lot. I think you have to swing with Hana here.
Yeah, just to get the restore. Because Anakin can trade. Is Anakin going to want to trade, though?
Of course. You got to get the healing off the board.
Yeah.
And you'll get the force token.
Yep, okay.
Yeah. Smarter move there. So it's 8-12. I mean, sorry, it's 13-12.
Just clawing back here.
Yeah, that's wild. 7 points of damage have been healed so far. And there's Maz Kanata for putting 6 back on that base.
And importantly, also maintaining the force in case a shatter point needs to happen to remove, well, something like that.
Ooh, Devastator, yep. And we're going to take the initiative there. Well, Noah has the Maz Kanata, so now you have the force. You have Dryden's ability. If Ben puts out a... There we go. You can play the Master and get a little further with it.
Yeah. Get another one of those laser turrets, though. It's not the best. But, you know, first things first, I'd worry about that Devastator.
I usually do. I stay worried about it. I wake up at night.
Like, oh, God, I can't sleep. The Devastator will get me.
4 damage.
And you know, where there's a 4 damage is coming at you, there's a planetary bombardment following.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
Yep.
There's death and taxes and Devastator and planetary bombardment.
Yep. It's pretty much the most devastating thing there is.
I think people can finally tell that we've been here.
Because we're starting to get real weird, yeah. That's okay. You
That's
know,
all
like
right, yeah.
I'm still enjoying this match. There's a maximum of one more match after this. After this Devastator has a hyperspace disaster.
Yeah, we will definitely see. I'm curious on how these players are going to feel going into the top. And Lawbringer has arrived. Bring the law. Bring the law.
Yeah, lots Rozzy just got broken by the Lawbringer, that is for sure. She brought the law and the law brought. Wait, that's not how that goes. It's fine. Dedra is definitely like I can't say that any of these Dedra moves are like the wrong ones. It's like
No.
big Chonka's ship after big Chonka's ship. Like this is stuff that's designed to push the end of the game. And just Dryden has had enough removal at this point to take care of it.
If the theme of the deck is an Imperial leader holding on to their position by any means necessary, then yes, this deck is doing exactly what you need to do. You don't need to worry.
Yep.
It's all about just desperate acts at this point.
Wow, dude. The removal here is just the removal is strong with this one.
Yeah, Longbringer is out, and there's no win defeated effect here. I kind of wish there was, but
Yep.
no, just pay 5 to remove an 8-cost 7/7.
That's a deal. Feel extra good to do. Oh my gosh, it's another one. 4 more to base. All right, now we are comfortably in capital ship having planetary bombardment range. And oh my goodness, wow. 2 no glory only results on 2 devastators in a single round. It's gonna feel good if you're the Dryden player.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, it's better when they stay, but yeah, you know, you're still getting value out of it, and that's the whole point, right? You want to play a unit that has an impact when it comes into play. If it can remove your opponent's unit, that's ideal. If you can stick something on the board, then you have the momentum you want, right? Like anything that can come into play, defeat something else, and be a threat for your opponent means, you know, it gives them more problem they have to deal with. So.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Dryden that they missed out on so much of the, oh my gosh, another droid laser turret.
I know. Again, it comes down to that's game 2. Annihilate all the droid laser turrets. Just get them out of here. Because here we are. Like, it's low cost. It's not hurting Daedra so much. They take 2 hits to remove.
I think I've learned from this match. If I ever have a play where I have an annihilator into a droid laser turret, I'm doing it. Yeah. I am going to be like, I remember that time at that PQ in Bothell, Washington at Zulus. I'm learning from their lesson.
Right here. You heard it right here.
Oh, yeah. System shock would have really hit the spot for Dryden right here and right now.
And here we go. Diagon Master comes into play. Use the Force. Look at the top cards of the deck for a Force user. Reveal it and put it in your hand.
You know, that's pretty good.
That's what you want.
Yoda's pretty good.
You need the Force, though, if you're going to keep healing. Right? Is it Force or is it damage?
You need to be able to use the Force to do Yoda's thing. And I think you only get it as a win played.
Yes. When played, yeah, use the Force to heal. And then when you use the Force, you deal damage. So,
yikes! There's no getting by this wall of droids here. If this is the thing that ends up like sealing the deal with this game, that'll be
Oh wow! Okay, well, hey, look, he's doing some work.
Yeah, just give it a second shield. Why not? I'm always, anytime that Vader comes into play, I'm always just like, oh my God, it's Vader. I'm going to be like a scared little baby about it.
So that's the correct response.
I know. Like, you know, but it just so happens that Vader as a non-ambushing out dude is not nearly as scary.
When you realize he's, you know, it has to use a suit to help him walk, and it's really slow, and you can hear him breathe from like a mile away. Yeah. So it is less threatening. You realize he's not going to run up on you.
Exactly. Yeah. You're like, you don't actually like have legs under there, Vader.
Show me your legs, Vader. I will say that was a conversation out there today when people were all talking about Star Wars tattoos, and ended up with like three of us being like all having half finished ones.
Incredible.
But of course, everyone was like, "Show us yours." I'm like, "Well, mine's like covered. It's in my legs." And like, "Well, just show us your legs." I'm like, "We're not doing that."
Oh my gosh, we had a no glory only results into a lost and forgotten. Um, that might be game for Dedra at this point
For Dryden,
for Dryden.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Without any weird like unique ground removal at this point, you need to stop something that's shielded. You need to stop something that's not. I'm interested to see what the option is. I mean, I don't think Annihilator removes all copies in play.
Yeah, I don't think it does either. It's yeah, because it's hand discard no hand deck. Yeah. Oh,
So you can
interesting.
get rid of
Okay.
that one. Yeah, honestly, it just comes down to that one time where they should have just played Annihilator to remove all the droid laser turrets.
Mm-hmm. Like even okay, Yoda will help stabilize a little bit because Yoda can at least ping one of the sentinels to death
Yep, and they do
and
have the
heal.
force. Yep.
Yeah.
So
But Dedra's been slowly getting the lead on here. So it'll be interesting to see if Dryden can actually like get this one. But oh no.
and Noah's taking the force, and out comes. Oop, there
Oh,
it is.
planetary bombardment for the win. Yo. Wow. Now that was a match. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly they do down back in Portland, but here up in Washington, like this is a match right here.
I mean, I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
I guess I will.
No, this was a great match, and it really was a strong back and forth. A lot of that, control matchup. This is how a lot of those games go. And if you want to play competitively and you want to play a type of control, late game, big plays, you kind of be prepared for this, because if you run into an opponent who does the same, it's going to be this back and forth of your big unit. Well, I'll play destroys my unit. I'll play my big unit to destroy your unit. I'm going to hit the judge call button, and then yeah, I mean it's nonstop removal back and forth. So it may not always be the most entertaining thing for people to watch. It may not be what some people enjoy playing, but it is an aspect of the game that you have to at least respect and expect it if you decide to play a deck like this. And I think that's what gets a lot of people is they enjoy it until they go up into a control deck and they realize that they've just spent majority of their round or longer playing in a frustrating back and forth game.
Yeah. Because like both of them were doing very similar things toward the end. It's just it seems like Dedra had more removal to back up what the end game plan was.
Really, it felt like the removal may have been the same. Well, I mean, we didn't see many lost and forgottens, but yeah, I mean, it came down to just also having that good variety of like low cost units with shields, so they're harder to remove unless you're using something that's actually like spot removal.
Yes.
And that's what got the final damage through.
Yep. And like playing a planetary bombardment when the other person has no units is it feels good.
Yeah. Do we know how the Jabba Blue Splash finished? Man, we were watching that one, but it did not go anywhere. I don't think I can remember what that was. I'm going to check real quick.
Yeah, I think my brain's a little fuzzy after that control match there. Man, that was a very cool match that we just saw. That Java deck was also super cool.
Yeah, it looks like the Jabba deck ended up in. Why is it showing me this? That's not standings. That's not how standings work. 50th? Yeah, they went 2-2-2. Yeah. Game record. Oh, here it is. Game record. They went 6-5-0. No. I'm reading this wrong. They had 6 points total. I don't know why I'm looking at it right here. Show me standings in this event. Here we go. Round 7. Jabba did not make it up there. Didn't make it in the top 25. There it is. Yep, 50. It was 50th. I was wrong. So that showed me correctly. So they got 50th there. So we're going to have a couple minutes. We're going to see if we're going to do this final match. So we're going to take a quick break and get everything set up. And if both players are playing, then we're good. And if not, well, we will say something. So
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching this match. We're going to go on a quick break and we'll be right back with the finals. All right, welcome back to the finals at the Planetary Qualifier at Zulus Board Game Cafe here in Bothell, Washington, just north of Seattle. My name is D-Rod of Unlimited Power, and I am joined by...
Hello, I am Metal Marshmallow, and D-Rod, this is it. We have made it. We've been watching so many cool games, and we are finally at the final game of the day. How do you feel about that? What have we been watching so far? Any highlights really quick before we get on to this one?
I think the highlights for me today was celebrating a lot of local players doing very well. That was really great. So shout out to players like Zach, Carson, Galen, and a few others who came up from the Oregon area. But in these matches, I've really loved just seeing the variety of deck lists we captured today. The Client, Dryden, Daedra, Jabba, just a good variety. What about you, Metal?
I think there's like you said it so well. We've seen a lot of different fun things. I feel like this has been a pretty diverse PQ. Even though like we saw a lot of boba in the initial list of represented leaders, we got to see a lot of really cool decks. I enjoyed talking to people about their various decks. And I really like the people that we've gotten to see over the course of the day. Obviously, we've gotten a few games in each with Ben and Andrew here, being that they are 7-0, and unfortunately for them, one of them's going to get their first loss of the day right here at this game.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. So they've 7-0. The twos are the draws. Both players did really well all day. We've watched them throughout, especially these final matches, and it's been 10 hours of gameplay that we've watched. So these players have been committed to a long, critical thinking day here. We started at 9 a.m. or sorry, at 10 a.m. and it's 9:30 p.m. in the Northwest.
Long day of Star Wars, but I'll tell you, it has not diminished my my enthusiasm for this game. I don't think I would play a game right now if somebody asked me to with one of the 5 decks that I brought, but I'm going to enjoy watching these ones, as it's just going to be a nice cap on the day.
Yeah, well, that's great. I'm glad you're not tired of Star Wars, because tomorrow we're wrapping it up with another Planetary Qualifier in our home area of Portland, and that's at least going to be limited. So we're going to see some variety here. Only Lawless Time leaders. And it would be you, me, some special guest, and definitely one of our regulars doing a lot of the casting is going to be Madame Zola from Night Sisters. So.
Yep. Shout out to Madame Zola and the Night Sisters. We love y'all so much. Oh my gosh. But yeah, looks like we're getting into this one. We're already getting Lando doing a Lando turn 1 move with the Master Codebreaker, getting those gambits, maybe getting some Faith in Your Friends out and ready to go.
Yeah, well, if it's a gambit, you're going to remember it. So let's see what we're going to get. It's probably going to be the Axe Forget. Oh, watch this. So
okay, that's a pretty good one to keep in your hand, actually, against Daedra here.
Yeah, I mean, but if you can keep the Codemaster out, you're only going to play it on 5. So it feels like, I guess I wasn't checking all the tricks, or all the gambits, but just one of those cards that take a little bit till you're actually going to be able to use it.
But it's at least there in Andrew's hand as sort of this like passive threat for right now. It's like, okay, Daedra, you know I've got this.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be afraid to use it on you.
Yeah, no, we've watched both these players today, especially in the top 8 cut. So in the finals, we've seen both these players play out. They've played some long matches. We've seen the variety of what their deck can do. Very prepared. So I think we're going to kind of see them. I think what we're going to see is Lando do a lot early and Daedra do a lot more later. And we'll just kind of see where that power really lies. Is it in the late game or is it going to be in the mid game if Lando can close it?
I mean, getting all these spies out is certainly going to help in terms of even showing off another faith in your friends here. That's I like the choice of cards that you have to disclose for this because you're gonna have to disclose like probably 3 cards most of the time
Yeah.
for faith in your friends. And I feel like in a deck like this Lando deck, where all of your cards are more or less going to contribute towards this disclose, the information you're giving to your opponent is like curated.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's so much card data because you got to show 5 aspect pips, and that's just a lot.
It's a lot, but it rewards you for making your deck around it. And in this case, like getting to play that for one, and then immediately getting to play Axe Forgets to take care of Cyril temporarily. Like I think that's pretty good. That's a pretty good turn because you get 2 spies, and you get like all the other stuff. Love it.
There we go. Daedra is out. She's deployed a 2/5 on deployment, but she has raid 2. As long as your opponent's
She has more
She
cards.
has more cards.
Yeah. She's just gonna take out the spy. It's an easy choice. It feels good.
And Hana with the 3/5, restore 2, raid 2. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, Hana has just been one of those all-stars of a lawless time in terms of one of these new units that mixes and matches keywords, and the raid and the restore is just so good.
Yeah, I mean, it has 5 health, so it's difficult to remove. We've seen it in the last game that it really did get Daedra where she needed to be, brought her life back down. Usually you're healing 4 or 6 off of it before it's defeated. So the best thing you can do is just get that off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably with like the Axe Forgets.
Yeah.
There we go. More spy tokens. So, it's not 4, but hey, it's still 4 units on the board. And an N1 Starfighter that hits for 3 in space. So I love that.
It's unfortunate for Lando that Beguile is the card that went away because of Lando's ability to make the credit. Although there's other tricks to get that Hana out of play for sure. I see someone saying Night Sisters are the best in chat. Thank you so much. Night Sisters are awesome.
All right, here we go. We're going into turn 4. 5 resources. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff here. Lando comes out next turn. We've seen Lando play a lot of strong Lando cards. We've seen the Liberty. We've seen Depa Balaba. I think Qui-Gon. No, Qui-Gon's not on this list.
I don't remember if Qui-Gon is in this person's list. I'm kind of amazed at the work that Faith in Your Friends has been doing here. Getting that many spies early on is just super, super, super nice for Lando.
Yeah, and that's always a great feeling. When you can go Faith in Your Friends into Faith in Your Friends, it's really strong. It's fun at that point.
And like the spies don't hit back, but every time, if Hana swings 5 into a spy, just to get rid of it, that's 5 that's not going to base.
Yeah, and Hana goes restoring, taking no damage back, putting themselves in a good spot, and Daedra's just cleaning up the mess on the ground arena over there. Definitely taking some points of damage though, so 7-0. But we've seen this before. Daedra doesn't really care about not putting damage too early.
Got Cyril. Cyril's back, baby.
Oh, she's not going to go anywhere without Cyril.
No, that's just that's her little guy there. Oh, we got Ricky, first Ricky of the night here. Love it. Man, that Rose
Tico gets to ready.
Just so good.
And there we go. Takes out the Hana. That's what you want. No more healing there, and you still have a unit that hits for 5. Now they're going to have to swing into Rose, as no one wants to take that 5 damage. But when you have an Imperial door technician, you don't really care about that. You'll
Yeah.
get the healing effect.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what Ricky is made for. Ricky is going to be so happy to sacrifice himself against Rose there.
Every Rose has its Ricky. That's what I heard.
It's true. You know, many people are saying this. Oh, man. Ugh.
Yeah, so Cyril is swinging now. Make some choices with the disclose action.
Dude, disclosing a planetary bombardment and a devastator, that is that's some serious energy right there. It's very cool.
Oh, okay. So Lando decides to discard a card to prevent the N1 from taking the damage.
Mm.
And then Cyril swung into Rose Tico. So a little rough there. I think the card that was discarded was the Axe Forgets.
Yikes. Although Axe Forgets, like we were saying earlier, kind of you get diminishing returns as the game goes on.
Yes.
Because you can only use it on something that costs 3 or less, correct?
Yeah. So it feels good to play it in the early games for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Our early turns is really ideal, but you just never know. And we've already seen Daedra be a pain with some small cost units that you're going to wish you had the Axe Forget later on.
Yep. And then just like that, like this board is basically clear.
Yeah. No, that's all the spies are gone. 4 spies were created. Codebreaker, Master Codebreaker was out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I missed anything. So 5 units were defeated, and Daedra still has no 6 because of Rose Tico. So
Yep.
Daedra's still standing.
With all of her resources, which means
Oh my gosh.
if Lando decides to play the Liberty at this point, which is probably not the best move considering everything's already exhausted anyway, then just boom, instant con. Like, so what do you hope for at this point? Like Mandalorian's not the worst because that takes care of Dedra and the Imperial Door Technician without the heals.
Yeah, Mando's a solid one. I really like the Mandalorian. They do run Qui-Gon. They do run Han Solo.
Okay.
Depa, Lightmaker.
Oh, this is interesting. We got the Lost and Forgotten on the. We got
There
Mando.
comes
Nice.
Mando, yep. So some choices here with Mando.
Yeah. Yeah, I think capturing the door technician to avoid the heals is good. Like, I don't like it when Dedra is able to swing, but it's like also her leader side is just a pain in the butt too. It's just like either option is generally bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Mando just cleaning up Navarro, cleaning up the Colossus is more like it right now. Is yeah, it's great.
Clean up. Yeah, super great. Excited for more Mando coming in from the new set.
Mm-hmm.
And excited to get our Twin Sons match out soon, where I got to play my Mandalorian and Ahsoka deck against. I'm having trouble remembering what it was you played, but it was fun. Oh, I think it was Tobias' Hidden Sister. I mean, Third Sister.
Could have been
I think
that
it's
one. It could have also been the pilot Vader and
Nope, you're right. It's Pilot Vader and Arinda Price.
Price. Thank you.
That's right. That was a great match. And here comes the Liberty. Just out.
Yep. Just, like it's still a 9/7 in space,
It's a 9/7 in space.
I still feel like the Liberty is
what you find in a toilet. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's about to be in the toilet of Lando's deck, meaning the discard pile, because I feel like the removal is going to be imminent here.
Could be in the heap.
Yes, exactly. The heap. Yeah, this guy gets it.
Yeah, for those watching the quarterfinals or the semifinals, could be in the heap.
Yeah, I think Dedra is definitely the corp of the of this game here. Meaning that Dedra just played single reactor ignition from HQ and ended up putting all of her cards into archives. For all you old Netrunner heads out there.
Now, yeah. Well, the comments are going to start flooding in about Netrunner now.
Netrunner so hot right now.
So hot.
Yeah.
let's see, was officially canceled in 2019.
Something like that. I mean, like, I know that Null Signal Games has been putting out content for years after the fact, but it's not quite the same if you don't have like the big budget behind it, and like if everything is fan made, and like let's face it, like Fantasy Flight can actually like pay artists to do work.
Yeah.
And like Null Signal stuff is good for people just doing it as a labor of love, but it's hard to match like professional people that are actually like, this is like their work.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then there's the joy when a game is supported by an organization, seeing the great like organized play stuff, which, players are walking away with some great promos today. They got the play mats. And then again, this is going to get players into Worlds or Galactics where there's even more great promos and prizes.
Mm-hmm. And the greatest prize of all, being able to hang out with your favorite content creators from the Pacific Northwest that are just going there to not compete and just to have fun.
Just hang out. I know. I do think people are just going to be finding us at Twin Suns tables for at least 2 days.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be playing so much Twin Suns when I'm not busy losing with my with my Afro Eternal deck. But I just love her so much. I don't want to shut up about her. It's like this, the reaction I probably would be getting from people that are like, shut up about Afro. It's just like when I try to show people pictures of my cat. Just like, you're like, other people's cats aren't as cute. I understand.
I think, but that's good because a lot of people like cats. I would say it's
true.
almost as if you're like a CrossFit person. And you're just, that'd be the negative of, it's like, I only talk about CrossFit.
Yeah. I don't actually know what that is. Is it like Pilates?
Sure. I mean, maybe I'm just using more of an outdated reference because I don't think I've heard it in a while. But Devastator came out and had some fun, and Daedra is now at 23.
23, but as we've seen from Devastator already, as we've seen from Dedra already, there's still 12. Dedrastator. Dedrastator. No one calls her Dedrastator. She's so mad at if you're calling her any nicknames.
Oh, I'm sure Cyril's called her that once or twice.
Yikes.
Dedrastator at home.
Look at this. Our first glance of aggressive negotiations.
There we go.
What is being played with aggressive negotiations here? Was it just being...
It's Rose Tico.
Oh, I thought she was already exhausted. Well, good for her.
Wow, what climactic moment. What happened? Good for her. She did it. For her. You guys can tell we've been here for a bit. And we're going to be doing a lot tomorrow. It's going to be just as fun. Great time. We'll have a little bit of rest. I'll plan on more caffeine. And yeah, hey, less cards to look at. Mm-hmm. So it's a solid card pull.
I think I like that the commute is going to be a little bit smaller.
For you can bike there.
Tomorrow. I can bike there. I might drive there. We'll see though. It is a nice little bike ride. I'm not sure what happened in this game here. I don't see any more dice on the board. I'm guessing that that Lando took this one.
Yes, Lando took the game. That is what happened. That's what I'm saying. What happened? Yeah, Rose got played when there was still some spy tokens. That'll be it.
It looks like we've got a note in chat about Ben's record here.
Ben is 8-1. Oh, maybe I misread that. Matthew Husey. Thank you. Let me go ahead and double check. Going back and forth a lot in Melee today.
It's actually been impressive to be in the seat next to you and see how fast you're switching between like 5 different tabs and windows while doing these. Like, definitely inspirational.
8-1. Boom. 8-1-0. Okay, cool.
Right, beautiful. Like it never happened in the first place. Almost like it never happened in the first place.
Almost like it never happened. Yeah, this is going to be great. that mid match after game one. Tournament record fix. Running out of words at the end of the day.
Like, I mean, that's fair. You've used a lot of words over the course of the day.
That's
like,
fair.
Some of the best words. So going into game 3 here. This is it. This is the last one, right? Am I counting?
No, we're going to game 2.
Game 2. This is possibly the last one, possibly not the last one.
Possibly not. I don't want to be as confident
Yeah.
that it could end. I feel like that is one of the reasons why that untimed match last round went a little bit longer than it probably should have.
Well, I think it just proves, if anything, how much this Dedra deck can snatch a victory back from what looks like certain defeat in most circumstances.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, Lando claimed in first action his aggressive negotiations on Rose to Kill. Thank you, chat.
You'd think we'd go back and rewatch it. I mean, I have it on a replay already, looking at it, but also we've just been here too long.
It's been a lengthy day here.
I think we're now, you and I, here at 12 hours. 12 hours at Zulus Games, final time of the event center. Conveniently located under a dance studio or gym. We're not sure, but it was loud when we arrived.
I think it's great. It encourages not only cerebral gameplay downstairs, but physical fitness upstairs.
Yeah, strange how people don't want to do their fitness at 10 o'clock on a Saturday. So it worked out.
Clearly, it's not a 24-hour dance studio, if that's even a thing.
Well, not in some small towns, according to Footloose. Get that out of here.
I mean, that's just going to corrupt the youth right there.
All right, here we go. It is so quiet out there. I can hear all those cards hit.
Yep. All the more reason for me to continue using my public radio voice.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
I think, yeah. So we got going into game 2.
To get a tote bag. You donate today.
You'll not only support local radio just for viewers like you, you'll also receive a handsome tote bag with the Unlimited Power logo. Great. We got another awesome first play for Lando. Master Codebreaker. You always love to see it with this deck.
I don't think you don't see it. I'm pretty sure every opening turn we've seen today with Lando is that Master Codebreaker.
It's been doing really good work for that deck.
Yeah, super good. For sure. Yeah. And the only downside is it only does 1 point of damage. And a lot of times that 1 point of damage makes a difference.
And now knowing that we're going to get, I mean, in theory, if Lando has 2 Faith in Your Friendses, he could play 2 Faith in Your Friendses on the next round.
Yeah.
Or is it Faiths in Your Friends? I don't know the plural of that card.
I think it's supposed to be Your Faith in Your Friends is the full line.
Okay.
But for some reason, FFG just said Faith in Your Friends. So we couldn't personalize it.
Yeah. Oh, right. They did actually make a card with the first part of that, and nobody played it. That overconfidence is your weakness. Wasn't that turned into that 10 cost legendary card that nobody ever played? But if you got it in a draft, you looked sad.
I believe so. No, confidence and no.
Oh, confidence and victory. That's what it was called.
Yeah, same scene, but there is a line. Yeah, your overconfidence, your weakness, your faith in your friends is yours.
But saying it your faith in your friends is yours.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thank you.
We could have recorded that on that soundboard and just had that going. All right, here we go. First blood.
Yep.
1 point damage.
On the board. Ooh, you got to kill a spy to make a spy.
Contempt for culture. This is rude. Yeah, so we got spies on both sides of the board. This N1 Starfighter, love the 3-2 over here. It's a
Mm-hmm.
great scene. I mean, it's flying out of the hangar, which is at the edge of the mountain, so you get that nice view of the waterfall. I was just watching episode 1 yesterday, so it's just like living vividly in my mind, but also is a lot of weird quotes from that movie has, I think, some of the best quotes and some of the worst quotes. Because I have to deal with like great theories and ideologies and lines and even fun ones of like there's always a bigger fish, but then I have to deal with are you a space angel?
Yeah.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, it's real. You know, the lows are low in that one. But, you know, it's partially because of Jar Jar and my utter distaste for his existence in that movie that I crave a Jar Jar leader for this game because I want to inhabit that headspace with whatever they decide to do with it. Droid laser turret, I think we've learned the MVP of the Deidre deck.
Oh, but this is great. The droid laser turret only has 1 health, and the gorilla soldier with indirect damage, that damage has to go somewhere.
Yep, and that's a ready gorilla soldier right there.
That is a solid play because the indirect damage skips the shield. I don't think you can have the shield take it at all.
Nope, you just have a dead droid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. That's how you use it. Axe forgets.
Wait, what? What droid? Yeah.
Yeah, take that technology. Axes.
Right, like you're just gonna settle our differences the old-fashioned way with a blaster in the woods.
Mm-hmm. If you shoot a blaster in the woods, does anyone hear it?
Depends on how accurately you shot it.
Fair. Greedo.
Oh,
Greedo
yeah.
accuracy.
Poor Greedo. I mean, he was close.
I think if anyone asked me how my aim is, that's probably my answer. It's a Greedo.
Yeah, and it's better than Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Even though Imperial Troopers are known for their accuracy.
Yeah, they're known for it. People always say stuff like that where they're just like, well, they're bad shots. I'm like, well, the whole first movie, they even tell you they wanted you to escape. No one was trying to kill you. Like Leia makes it very clear of like, what are you all dumb?
Yeah. So how does that explain their accuracy? Oh wait, no, that's. Oh gosh, maybe the whole thing is a setup.
Maybe it's all a setup.
I just figured, like, you know, the main characters had Beskar levels of plot armor.
Maybe.
Oh, we got Hold for Questioning here. Such a great card against Lando. And yeah, Daedra's got a pick of any of these cards to get rid of. And they're all great.
They're all great cards. Yeah. These are all threats. Rose Tico's one of your earliest threats right there.
Yep, not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5 damage that was going to hit you because of that N1, and so important to keep that N1 out. Like, we're not going to see too much in the space lane this early. We've seen Andrew go out of their way to protect N1 in the previous match, and it's for reasons like that, for Rose Tico just to be that closer.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention, Rose can push that early damage pretty good. Like, by the time that Lando can play those 8-cost units, then Dedra's going to be able to lost and forgotten them.
This is a card I just have not seen played at all today. I've seen it used in this way of being discarded. It's just that Depa Balaba. We see here the Bix Colleen use the Wind Plate ability, create the credit token, get rid of Depa. Like, I know it's going to rush you a little bit, but, you know, I don't know. Ambush Saboteur 5/7 just feels like that's something you may want as a better closer.
It would definitely shut down those stupid droid sentinels. Oh man, Arvel's Skeen.
Yeah.
No, Lando, no.
And that's where it just doesn't feel worth it. Yeah, that's just such a feel bad. Arvel takes your credit token and just defeats it.
Yep. And that's the face he makes at you when he does it.
Now, if he does this, he can deal 1 damage to the base. Has to happen. Okay. Well, I know there's a judge there, so I'm not going to rush out there. There's like 3 judges watching.
I would guess that this is probably the most closely judged game of the whole day here.
Oh, easily. Yep. And here she comes. Depa Balaba doing work, takes out Daedra.
And you know, you asked, why do you discard a perfectly good Depa Balaba? Well, I guess when you have 2 of them.
Well, but they didn't. Remember, we saw the hand.
Right.
They didn't have that Depa yet. All right, but now Depa, again, here's something Depa's not going to care about. which I think is why it's important to play her.
Yep. Oh yeah, Arvelskeen can't actually take out that Depa.
Nope. And now out comes Lando. Love it. Lando's deployed. And what are we gonna do?
Oh, Lando didn't get any credits from that deploy. Oh man, that Arvel. What a rascal.
I like the Arvel card. I like the Arvel character. I was glad they put them in the game. And we've talked about this ability of just a strong credit removing ability that isn't heroic. It isn't villain. It's pretty evenly cost. Like it's one of these cards that's like, yes, it fits in your sideboard. Yes, it can fit in your main board pretty well. Solid card.
I think with how many people were running Lando here, I think you could be okay of having put it in your main deck.
All right, we see 5 more points of damage, courtesy of Depa. 17-0. But if you're just now tuning in, we have seen this play out for Daedra before, so she can definitely hold her own. She can sit there at 3-4 life remaining and walk away with this game.
Although here with Colossus, there's not that oh man, just disclosing the no glory only results. Here with Colossus, there's only 1 HP difference between these bases, so it's not like the last game we saw with Daedra, where she was already 7 points of damage ahead when the game started.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, the Lando player, building up that board a bit.
Yep. And how many resources are we at this point? Because when it gets to 8, like that's when we're in like board wave territory.
We are at 8. Both players are at 8. Yep.
And like the Lando player, they've got 4 units on the board, so that's 4 damage if Daedra single reactor ignitions.
Yeah, it's 4 damage if they do the ignition. There's 10 damage, or there's 13 damage that Lando can swing with. So I think single reactor ignition is the right play here. There we go. Or we're just not going to care about it. We're okay to take 5. Let's see. You can swing with the unit with 5 health remaining, the one with 4 health remaining.
No, either one was probably going to get taken out there.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's all right. Like, there's only 2 resources left. Andrew has 8 available. The hard part is Daedra's buying that time until they hit the single reactor ignition. So if Andrew continues to go wide, this could be an issue. And there's none played yet, so a lot of removal still to see.
I've enjoyed that Andrew has been holding his cards like right up next to the camera. I keep thinking it's like he's trying to show me a card or something, and just is like not quite rotating it enough. And it's no, it's just like whatever's comfortable, I would imagine.
All right, so 9 damage available to swing. Daedra's turn first. Let's see if they have it. Close. It's that no glory you saw earlier. And taking control of a non-leader unit and then defeating it.
Yeah, it's such a good removal card. Again, it's a fair removal card.
26.
Oh, and the condemn on Bix, but Bix has already gotten the swing here, so that's going to matter a little bit less. Although, unfortunately, that means both of the units on the Lando side are not really going to be doing a whole lot here.
All right. Ooh, Liberty. Liberty finally hit play here, so that's going to do a little bit of work.
And Daedra here at 26. So
26.
Liberty is going to get 1 point away if it's allowed to swing. And Lando's still sitting pretty with 0 damage on base.
Yeah, they can take a single reactor ignition. There's a no glory, only results.
Yep. And unfortunately, that was like the only viable unit that Lando currently had. So it'll be interesting to see where Andrew goes with this.
Yeah. Well, I like all the cards that Andrew has in their hand. There's definitely some stuff that you can bounce the Cantwell back to the hand of Ben, the Danger player, and doesn't look like there's enough resources to play it. So, but we'll see here. We could be doing Mando.
Oh, okay, Mando just hanging out, just being a cool guy. And also 6 damage from Mando is that's gonna feel good too. And he's probably gonna get at least that much into base. If there's another condemn there.
Just more
What?
condemns.
Oh, I'm missing out by not being a judge. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, I chose the judge program.
God, that's so cool.
Those fun judge promos.
They're doing a lot of work out there too. They deserve cool cards.
Oh, totally. Yeah, we have 3 here today doing a lot of work. Been here just as long as we are. And they got to answer all the hard questions. You and I just get to, BS it.
Yeah, we're just vibing back here. The judges have to come over there with enforce the rules, occasionally kick somebody out. I don't think there's been any sort of ruckuses out there. But,
no.
You always have to be ready for that kind of thing as a judge, that there could be some sort of situation happening.
That is true. You and I both have working in store experience. And I know I've had a couple of people when I worked in a card store come in, wander in drunk, trying to disrupt a draft, wondering what a draft was. And I was like, cool, this is my day.
Yep. It's so hard to explain trading card games to people that have no background in this whatsoever. But it's like sometimes you got to try and then see how it goes. Oh man, the Devastator.
Devastator's out. After we just searched for Faith in Your Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, love the Devastator. Doing work for sure. Been rocking that top 4 promo.
Yep, with that Space Goose illustration. I love their work. They haven't done a whole lot in this game. I think they did the Tailander shuttle and the 2-cost aggression villainy 0-3 raid 3 overwhelm ship. Can remember everything about it but the name.
2-cost aggression villainy.
Raid 303 overwhelm.
Oh, strike ship.
Strike ship. Thank you. Love Space Goose.
Is it a studio or is it an artist?
I have no idea. Okay, we can potentially get some friends here.
We got Faith in Your Friends. We got Han Solo, and we're showing Watch This.
Watch This doesn't do a whole lot with what Dedra's got on board right now, though, unfortunately.
No, you kind of wish it would bounce the Cantwell and ready your Lando or something, but it does not.
Yeah, because it's only a 6-cost is the max.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6-cost unit, exhaust all enemy units in the same arena. So if they had a space unit, that would work, at least to buy them some time. But, it doesn't feel like Watch This is going to do too much unless you're trying to bounce your own Mando or Bix.
Oh, yeah. Man, we got 3 units essentially locked down over there on Mando's side. Like, I think this is the Dedra redemption story. Like, we're watching it unfold in front of us right now.
Yeah, I mean, she may get there. This is, every time. This is where we've been. We've seen her just hold on tight to, again, just this source of Imperial power and gets there. So, and this is still game 2. So if she does get there, we're going to game 3.
Well, that droid laser turret is certainly going to help her get there. And honestly, right now, it looks like she's got the tools to get to game 3.
Yeah.
With these 2 giant triangles floating in orbit.
Totally does. Totally has the tools to get there. A lot of damage. I guess the difference between the previous game was that player only had a 30 health base Andrew's coming in with the 34 health base with Lake Country. So 1 point life difference between the two bases.
But that's going to get, that gap is going to close up real soon, depending on what those players have in hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All
Axe
right.
Forgets gets rid of your Sentinel.
It's not that much more damage to eke in. I guess 9. 9 not okay. 9's kind of a lot to have to manage at this point in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have 2 spies on the board. So the question here is, do you put out the Sentinel again, preventing one of your, instead of attacking one of your ships, putting that pressure, and hope that Andrew doesn't have another answer here with his Lando deck? Or do you just put that pressure on your opponent, knowing they're only going to hit you for 2?
Yeah. I mean, like, with the prevalence of everybody's favorite 3-cost aggression event, every extra card you have in your hand is a potential extra tick of damage on the base.
Yeah, no, that's completely true. And this is where it's that hard decision. Ben has to either, again, put pressure by bringing up Andrew to about 20. It's 21 or so, and then they could play their defender instead. Planetary bombardment, all the units. Wow.
Yep, and that's 12 damage because we got Devastator out there.
Mm-hmm.
Where they want, when they want it.
Yeah, Devastator allows them to choose the 12 damage.
Yep.
And yep, that's all the units that would have been used.
Yep.
But
Fun fact, 6 damage plus 9 damage is more than 34 health base can handle. Like if Dedra can swing with Cantwell and Devastator, that's it. That's game.
yeah. I mean, you have to do 9 points of damage? No. No, you had a better shot at this when you had a spy token. Okay.
Well, how about 2 spy tokens? Oh, right, because this also gets card draw.
Yes.
Which is potential answers. I don't know what this deck has in it that can answer what's happening up here, though, because these are too big for Beguile. They're too big for Axe Forgets.
Well, I mean, yeah, Liberty would be the answer, but
Yeah, but not enough
much.
resources to play that
I don't
right
think
now.
you can commandeer them. I think they're too big.
They are too big. It takes a whole crew to fly a Devastator.
Yeah, and you can't use blue. You could use blue ace to run into the Cantwell, but
Yeah.
that's kind of it. 29.
All right, Lando, what you got?
We went from 12 to 29.
Yep.
And now we're going to game 2. I mean, game 3, everyone.
All right. All right. Good game, y'all. Okay, this is it. We are at the actual, factual, real.
It wasn't real till now.
Yes, now it's real. Honest to goodness, last game of Star Wars Trademark Unlimited here at Zulus in lovely Bothell, Washington. It's been one heck of a ride today, y'all.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, like this has been a great series of games. Everybody is like still firing on all cylinders, amazingly enough, considering how long they've been playing today.
Yeah, and we will be back tomorrow showing the limited PQ. So definitely check us out. We'll be doing a lot on the channel, a couple different casters, different store, different city. It's going to be great. It's going to be a fun time. Maybe as long as this, but it is capped at a lower player rate. So today we had 86 players, and the Red Castle event is capped at 56 for the limited event.
So going into game 3 here, possible sideboard decisions. Like I think Ben is pretty well set up against Lando.
Yeah, and I think all you can do, looking at the sideboard here for Lando, maybe you just take a few smaller. You keep your Beguiles. Maybe you drop one of the Axe Forgets. happy.
Yeah.
I know he found himself in the situation where a lot of the removal answers aren't going to deal with these big ships.
Yeah, they're just too big.
Mm-hmm.
Like Blade Wing, I feel like would be useful,
Yeah.
but I don't see Blade Wing in this list.
No Blade Wing.
Yikes. Yeah, because watch this is no. Yeah, I think Lando's only course here is to just try to push damage faster.
Yep. That's all you can do.
Yep, and maybe muck things up a little bit with the Liberty acting to kind of stop the big stuff enough to push that extra little bit of damage through. Yeah, I'm starting to see like the utility of Dedra in this control sort of context here. Because having her pushing a little bit of early damage can be really good.
Yeah.
Or having her as just a way of dealing with units. Like we saw in that last game, Dedra swinging into the spies and getting rid of them and sort of cleaning up the board so that Lando was being delayed in pushing damage through long enough for Dedra to get like the ultimate, like, kill all your guys cards out.
Yeah, again, they just held on to their life. Yeah, fitting to the character. Just no one's going to stop her, and it was great. Now Ben has played very well all day today. A variety of different decks. It's great to see it. Great to see Daedra. I think we were surprised at the amount of Landos and Boba Fett's we saw today, just being so drastically larger than the other decks. But it really was a solid top 8 of variety. I think 2 Bobas made it, and I think 2 Landos made it. So getting that nice variety of Daedra, Dryden, the Client, Obi-Wan, I think that just again made this event really fun. Has me excited to see what we're going to see at the Portland Planetary Qualifier next week, which we'll be covering as well. That's right, 3 events in the Northwest. So Seattle, Portland.
That's a good area to be if you are a Star Wars Unlimited enthusiast.
Oh, just a Star Wars nerd in general.
Mm-hmm. Okay, going into game 3, are they going to find the pieces they need in their opening hands? I think we're seeing a card in Lando's opening hand that Lando has really enjoyed using over the course of the day and the evening.
I think Andrew with the Lando deck would have gotten there if he would have seen that aggressive negotiations sooner.
Yeah.
Just the options were there, the possibility was there. These condemns really hurting.
Like at the one point in the game where Ben had condemned 2 of Andrew's units and Cantwell the 3rd. That's just so painful. That's so much damage that didn't go to base there. Hey, we got Master Codebreaker, whatever his name is. He's getting some gambits. It's going to be great.
I'm sure he has a name. That is, yeah. I now that I think about it, there is one book I keep forgetting to read, and that's the Canto Bite. I think it's just a collection of short stories.
I think honestly, that's where Star Wars can kind of shine. Is just these little vignettes. You know, you just get to visit with a character for a little bit.
We think of older books like the Tales from the Bounty Hunter series, and just these small little, cheap fiction books.
Mm-hmm.
So.
As they say on the internet, the tales from the blank books live rent free in my head. Like I am always like quoting from those. Oh, Axe forgets Cyril. I feel this is somewhat familiar. You'll love to see it. You know, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Boom. And 1 Starfighter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got a strong beginning here with hopefully getting some tempo over Daedra.
I like Andrew's play here of trying to keep the initiative. I think you don't need to push for the 1 point of damage. You can find the answer for a serial, or you can push the damage with the N1. Looks like they have the answer for the serial. And as you mentioned earlier, get the card out of your hands now. Like, this is where it's the most effective.
Yep.
You already have 2 units on the board. Make her play serial again.
Yep. Like that Axe Forgets is going to turn into a resource real soon.
Mm-hmm.
And you're only playing it for 1 because Master Codebreaker is still out there.
Exactly,
so, it's a good time.
And here's the decision. Are they going to play serial again? Nope. Not
Here
yet.
comes Deidre. And now's where you push 1 damage to base because you're like, yeah, this guy's not surviving anyway.
Exactly, yep. Ugh, Hana, gotta get rid of that Hana. It makes such a big difference. Okay. Guerrilla fighters here. No shielded unit, but I like seeing the 3 damage on Hana, and the initiative is taken.
Well, that does also mean that Hana will just straight up trade with the guerrilla soldiers. Oh, did we?
Yeah, they're redoing it.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Oh, come on, guys, make this more exciting. I don't want to yawn.
Yeah, I know. Like, we need them to like slam cards down on the table.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
we want to feel like veins throbbing, like someone's at the edge of flipping everything over. Actually, we don't want that. You've got like equipment out there.
No, I'll take more damage being thrown around as dice.
Yes, I think that's the best, most appropriate way of doing it.
If they're going to go first, they go for the danger swing, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think this is kind of in line with Ben's strategy here with Dedra, is to use her just to get rid of the other person's stuff and say, yeah, she's going to get damage on her, but like she was my leader. We use her for a while, and then we go back to like her leader side, and it'll be fine for late game.
Yeah, and you do want to deal with the Hana. You don't want the Hana to take more damage, so why put it on there yourself? And it got removed anyway. So that's why I do think you just should swing for the restore every time.
Yep. Yeah, definitely getting the 5 on base and letting Deidre be the one to trade into that unit.
I would like to see Lando actually use a credit token this
Yeah.
game. We will see, but again, last game, Ben just had all the right answers at the right time.
Yep.
So.
Oh, those credits just got skeened every time.
There we go. It's a clear board.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We're going to discard.
Oh, no.
Not what you want to see.
Yeah. That's also... All right, Lando, where's your annihilators, buddy?
Yeah, so Lando chose an aspect. It's probably cunning.
You're right. That didn't generate the credit.
It doesn't generate a credit token.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal.
So not only do you lose a game-winning card, as we've seen all day today, but yeah, you just dirtled away for nothing.
Yep, and there's probably only 3 of those. 3 aggressive negotiations in that deck and no other aggression cards, I'm guessing.
That's correct.
Which means that you're so unlikely to whiff, but man, when it happens, it just feels bad.
Yeah, not what you want to see in the finals.
No. Like, it'll be one of those card discards heard around the world, like you're in, oh my gosh, another droid laser turret.
Yeah, this is also what you don't want to see.
No.
Especially when you've already gone through 2 of your guerrilla attack fighters.
Yes. And yeah, just wants to get through the Sentinels and hopefully push damage with Lando.
Yeah, that's all you can do. You can't wait for another solution to deal with them. You might as well just swing.
Yeah, but those Sentinels are doling 8 damage out essentially before they finally leave this mortal coil.
Yeah, it just proves that Ben did not run into any Aura Sings today or thousands.
Yep.
No problem with those 1-cost units.
Yeah, that I mean, we were talking about cards that become a resource, like Axe Forgets. Like, yeah, that's just a resource in those decks until you can sideboard it out.
All right, no damage on Andrew's base yet, so that's why the life puck is off.
Mm-hmm.
And let's call it war.
Ooh.
There we go. Units are removed. Leader goes back to the leader zone. And here we go.
Yeah, and this is just going to be okay.
Nice.
All right.
Get that ambush in with Han Solo.
Yeah, but we're still like, this is the part of the game where it's starting to advantage Dedra a lot more because Ben's only got 12 damage on base. And we're getting into enough resources to get into like board wipe territory. So Andrew's going to have to hope that he can outpace the damage and outpace with damage the removal that's happening.
Well, 7 resources. I feel like we're halfway through this game.
Yeah.
Or 8. I wonder if Lando's staying at 7 then.
Yikes. Oh, man. A big butt sentinel. Oh, man.
Yeah, not much you can do there without giving away the credit token. Yeah, we see Depa Lava will swing in with the sentinel, but when you attack the unit, doesn't matter. You're going to give away a credit token.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's for 3, which is like, I mean, it's not nothing, but it's not like the worst thing ever. And hopefully Depa will get that damage on her at some point.
$16-0.
It's so bizarre with this, how controlling this Dedra deck is to be like 16-0. Yeah, it feels about even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like it. To me, it doesn't feel like there's been enough time to see where this game is going to go. Based on all the games we've been watching here, like this deck starts to build and swing now. It's defended for Ben, and now it's all about like just stabilizing. Like, what are you gonna put out at this point?
Yeah, because he knows that Andrew's ability to deal with his threats is significantly lessened once they start costing more than 6.
Yep.
Such as like this Lawbringer right here.
Yeah, this is where it really hurts. We're going to play units in a different lane. They're all going to have an effect on Andrew's units, and there's not going to be enough interaction. There it is, -2 on Depa, so she's only going to swing for 3. 19-0, Lawbringer's out.
Yeah, that's going to close the gap mighty fast, though.
And this is rough because you would like to go first so you can swing with Depa at the full amount. Because every time Lawbringer swings is going to lower the attacks of units by -2, -2.
Yep, but you also want to get more stuff on the board in order to try to rush the damage to base. Yeah, it's a rough position to be in. And also, you can't play any more faith in your friends because your spies will just die immediately to Lawbringer. Lawbringer is especially strong against this Lando deck. As a deck where it's basically just yellow cards. Well, I guess aggressive negotiations is never, it's the only red card in the deck, so there's never going to be a red card in play. And so Liberty's still big enough to stop it, which is nice.
Spies have no aspect.
Oh, right. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Spy Scout. And also, I cannot read your name. It has a bunch of numbers at the end of it.
Wow.
Yes, thank you for the clarifications, y'all. My brain's a bit gooey at this point in the day.
Yeah, Liberty comes out. Another Liberty comes out. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, we're really close to the jingle.
I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to do it.
I feel like if they can play the third one, which with no resources, I mean, one, that's impressive, but three,
Yeah.
then you have to do it.
You have to sing the jingle. I mean, like, um, people get treated to lots of musical things on here. It's first we get the De La Soul, and then we get the Liberty jingle. Okay, it is just 0 with zeros. Okay, awesome.
Let's remind everyone this event's been going for 12 hours.
It's true.
It's been a good time. 86 players, 12 hours later. Here we go. Here we go. A little bit more damage from the Depa.
Yep. Who I think, as they're reminding us on chat, there should be some damage on Depa Balaba.
I may go back and look at that, but that other part of me says there's 3 judges there, so
That's
I'm
true.
hoping I don't know what else they'd be watching.
Yeah.
At this point. So if there is something, I'm kind of trusting that they've seen it, but again, I could be wrong, and I'm just putting too much trust.
Yeah. My assumption is that Depa Balaba is going to get a spot removal at some point, so it might not matter.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel as well. That there isn't too much direct damage except for Devastator.
And calling it war.
Let's call it war.
Yeah.
But neither of those would be enough to take Depa if she did have 2 damage on her.
Oh, we get the full 5 damage swing. Oh my gosh. Okay, are we finally going to get damage on Link Country? It could happen this turn.
We're going to find out, I guess.
I feel like David Attenborough. We're holding our breath to see the lovely Lawbringer in its native habitat. Oh, a Bix Colleen.
Man, a Rose Tico would have been solid. Yeah. Oh, no, because you don't have a non-unique. Never mind. Hey, there it is.
Wait, did Ben just claim without swinging with the Lawbringer?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure to go first.
Interesting. 10 resources.
It's because Depa has them in such a difficult position. 28, yeah. You don't really want to let them take the initiative and swing first when you're not going to really put enough pressure.
Yeah.
Like 7 out of 34, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, you do have to put damage on the base at some point.
Mm-hmm. Well, as we've seen, Ben can do that really well from a 33 position.
That's true. So, this is basically fine right here. Got 12 health left on the base. We're sitting pretty here.
Oh, okay. Here we go. What's Ben thinking? What's Ben cooking?
Oh, that.
Yep. Single reactor ignition. There we go. You want a damage? There's some damage.
Whew, okay.
2 whole damage.
And we do have we do have that correction there.
Ben kept asking me, "Can we see the dice?" I'm like, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when it's on the 3 side, I think it's the hardest to tell.
Yeah, once it's I think anything under the 3 pip, because you're just seeing the pips behind it.
I think I've actually seen the judges at Galactics actually did the life counters for the players, if I remember right.
I can see that.
I don't know if I'm remembering right. It was a condemning Rose. They had enough after a board wipe in order to throw a condemn on something.
But see, I would just swing. Like, why not? Why did Andrew? Okay, Andrew took the initiative. Okay, I was like, don't not do something.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we see a judge hand. So now we have some assurance that they are there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 23-2. So not 28-2. Now it's 26. I keep forgetting. I mean, we've seen so many of these cards all day. We've seen so many of these cards this round.
Yes.
So I haven't been pulling up any of the newer cards played here. But let's take a look at the Canyon. What is it? Front runner? Canyon something.
I think it's on attack. If nothing else has attacked this phase, it will debuff. It'll debuff a unit. You know, which is nice if you wanted Rose to get -8 for the phase,
Right,
or for her
yeah.
attack. I guess if you really wanted to use the ability for some reason.
Seems fine. Oh, well, never mind. Who cares? It's gone now.
It's gone. It's Devastator, baby. Plus two more damage to base, you know? We're getting there. Like, as they say, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. And I think Deidre is famously known in the Star Wars canon for her love of rock and roll.
For her love of rocks.
Yeah.
And roll.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else on the planet Gorman.
You know, if there's a bright center to the universe, I've heard that Gorman is where it's farthest from. Am I getting this right? Is this how you start? Is the Star Wars?
I think that's how propaganda starts, yeah. You must have wrote all those. Gorman. All right, Mando is out, so you better put a condemn on it.
Mm-hmm. Although we are at initiative with Deidre.
Mm-hmm.
So this means if there's a planetary bombardment in there, like that's dead Mando plus 4 more to base.
That is giving up a Devastator, though, in a planetary bombardment. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking single reactor ignition. Yeah, planetary bombardment, much better.
Mm-hmm.
4 damage to base. Thank goodness Mando has so much health.
Yeah. It's a large cushion there. Oh, and the Liberty. That's Liberty 3, isn't it?
That is the third one. Yes.
Yep. I remember because of the jingle mnemonic.
And but there's definitely enough for no glory, only results.
Wow. Like, what can I say, Ben? Like, this deck's got the answers to everything right now.
It does. And I think Andrew is out of the top, or at least out of like big ships.
Yeah, you look at that discard pile, it's going to be a whole stack of Liberties and I don't know how many Mandos are in there.
I guess he may have kept some light makers, but we didn't see any in the first 2 games, so I assume he may have sideboarded them out.
And Lightmaker is such a tempting target for a no glory only results, though.
Yeah, but if you keep getting so close, you just need something to hit.
Yep. Yeah, 26, man. It's just 9 away.
Yeah, Imperial Control in full force, for sure.
Yep.
For sure. No, it's a good example of how strong blue-black still is in this game. And I'm glad. I'll be happy to see here in the Northwest to see this qualifier go to either of these 2 players. It's nice to get the variety if it's not Lando and goes over here. But either way, I think, again, great representation by both players, putting in so much work, so much time today. In both these decks, I mean, this is a grind.
Mm-hmm. I mean, especially, I think, not to marginalize anyone, but like if you're coming in here with this Deidre control deck, every single one of your matches are going to go to time until this point. Like, that is such a grind. It's just so impressive to be able to continue to play at this point. And like, I mean, it's not exactly like the Lando deck is an aggro deck either.
Mm-mm.
So it's like they've both been probably playing nothing but long games this whole day.
Yeah. And there it is, Cantlefight Security. Need a little extra help? They're here for you.
Yep. And we'll stop all those spies, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just pins and needles over here. You just kind of wonder what the right play is. And here it is. Andrew's life is going to continue to go up. Now we see their base. It has 17 damage on it.
Yep, halfway there.
Boom, blue ace. We
All
can
right.
ambush. We could not. Probably not.
I think it's probably Probably better to not because then they get a ready something. I mean, likely it would just be a ready ground sentinel, but
Oh, I was like, where's the initiative? It's under some spies.
there's a lot of friends over there.
All right, danger ability.
Yeah, at this point, Andrew just wants to keep all of his units. Like it's the only way that he's got a chance at taking this is just to swing with as much stuff as possible. And getting initiative with the blue ace at least means he's going to get that much damage.
Ooh, another single laser ignition.
Oh, that's so many units. Oh no.
3, 4, 5.
Thank
Wow.
you, Judge.
Well, you like seeing your opponent's units leave the board, but I don't think Ben would do it if he didn't have another answer in play. So I imagine a Cantwell or, I mean, really just another Cantwell.
Yep.
Probably a Condemn.
You know, like there's some good stuff. There's some good stuff still
Yeah.
left over here in this hand, but it's just a matter of anything living long enough to actually get to realize its full potential.
Yeah. Where's that Millennium Falcon?
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing how you can see the strength of cards similar to Falcon and Rose Tico and how much of an impact they have with these readying abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are in a set without having the Millennium Falcon from set 1 and just how important that was to a lot of these decks, these yellow decks. It just you find yourself in this moment and you do not have to worry too much about it because you're giving your opponent an action to respond to it, but you still have a unit that can swing and get you there.
I mean, that's a ready unit right there because there's nothing else on the board.
Yeah, that one really worked out, but there's nothing else on the board.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I love the Gorilla Soldier, but nothing else I can do once the other unit is the Devastator.
Yep.
So.
And we've still got enough resources on Ben's side to play a planetary bombardment.
Yeah, not enough for a Rose Tico after this one.
Yep.
Which is ideally what you would like to see if you're going to put out a non-unique units like the spy tokens is then put out the Rose in the same turn and then swing for not game, but close to it.
Yep. I mean, this is at the point where, you know, the aggressive negotiations comes in handy. I mean, for either side, but,
right.
You know, if you can even get a spy to swing for like, I don't know, 6 damage, that would be enough.
Yeah, well, this is interesting. We're going to... Okay, so we found the cards.
Oh, Jimmy Space Gaming, totally agree. That would be a pretty good way of closing this game out, of having Lando mill Deidre.
Yeah, if you were... Well, the hard part is... No, because you just named the aspect she doesn't play. So
Yeah.
you could do it. You definitely wouldn't want the initiative, but it's so important to just sometimes have that initiative.
Yeah, and because it takes that one more action to do that, that's really the issue. And we've seen some turns here where claiming the initiative has been like super clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was worth it way long ago when that Lawbringer was out, whatever game that was in, where Ben took the initiative with a ready Lawbringer. And it's like, whatever, you know, I don't need to put 7 on right now.
Yeah, I think they're right. I think that could have been one of Andrew's plans there. You can easily dodge the aspects, so you don't have to worry about the credit tokens. it may not have been a complete mill, but you may have got rid of 2 or 3 cards that were devastating to your matchup. So,
Mm-hmm.
single reactor ignition, that's going to give you some time. A droid sentinel
Yep.
would have been great to see go away. So,
Yep. Dieter with another card draw here because Lando needs to keep those spies alive. But, like every card draw that Dieter gets, maybe that's aggressive negotiations. Maybe
yeah.
that's planetary bombardment. There's a few cards that'll help to close this game out for Ben over here.
I have a feeling it's we're going to see another planetary bombardment before this game is over. All right, Faith in Your Friends. We're going to show the same 3 cards. Codebreaker, Han, and I couldn't tell what the last one was.
I think Bale.
Yep, Bale makes sense. Yep. 4 spy tokens. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm. Technically lethal. Oh man.
Do collateral damage is what we're going to do.
Yikes. So that's we're in spitting range here at the end. Oh no, the droid laser turret. Oh my gosh.
It's always a droid laser turret.
Yep.
Okay, but look, we have a Depa Balaba in hand, so that's not bad.
But Devastator's got lethal right now. What do you do?
Oh, yeah.
Because of the card that we literally just saw played. The one that does damage to a unit and then damage to a base or another unit.
Collateral damage.
Collateral damage. There we go.
Yeah, you have to have the answer for Devastator. You don't have Sentinels anymore from the Liberty.
Right, because they're all gone.
Can't bounce it because it's too expensive.
Yep.
There may not be an answer. That could be game. Everything could just go Ben. Everything's coming up Ben. Oh, yep.
Man, that's it. Wow.
Great job. Congrats to Ben who took this PQ. Really fought his way through long, grueling matches between the opponents. Definitely pushed everyone to do their best, and that's really awesome.
Yeah, wow, what a match. Like playing as a hard control player and getting to this point in the day. Like, wow. Like, I mean, great job, both of them. Like, making it this far, winning all those games, and just finishing out the day.
Yeah. Now, this is great because now Ben goes 9-1 at his PQ. He gets to gets his entry into Galactics, which is going to be awesome. So we'll see him there, and we'll see how Ben does. Ben represents a channel called Unlimited Limited. So if you want to know some limited tips and tricks, apparently Unlimited Limited is the way to go. And now you can learn that from a PQ winner. So this has been a great day. Metal, thanks for being here all day today, hanging out with me. And we'll be doing this again tomorrow, 3 hours south of here, back in our homes. And that's going to be really fun. We want to thank everyone for hanging out, watching a lot of these matches today, listening to our shenanigans, our coverage, and watching some great players in the Northwest, whether they're individuals, team members, or content creators. Everyone did really well today. It was great to talk to so many people here, 86 players. The judges did great. The staff was awesome. Just a great time. Anything you want to summarize of today?
Oh, I also want to give a shout out to the chat and YouTube. Like, it was awesome getting to hang out with y'all too. And, it helps us too, and y'all help keep us all straight on what's going on screen here. And so we're real happy that we had y'all also keeping us company for this, and thanks for checking the stuff out.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. If you want to see some other types of content besides live event coverage, you can check out both of our channels where we cover a variety of things. I cover a whole mix of stuff, whether it's leader guides, Twin Sun stuff, even some Twin Suns matches that we've been doing, as well as the coverage that we're doing here, as well as player interviews. And then on Janktech's channel, you'll find
Oh, you'll find all kinds of great things, mostly Twin Suns. I like to do more beginner bent things, but if you've always been curious about Twin Suns and haven't played it, I've got a lot of suggestions for builds. I also enjoy occasionally painting a paper bag to look like a Star Wars character and making a low budget costume. So look forward to some low budget cosplay in some of my videos too.
yeah, check those out. Videos coming out pretty often, and we got a new Twin Suns video that we both have coming out on Sunday. If you want to see how we upgraded the Twin Suns precons, it's going to be a fun match with some more commentary for us, where we're a little bit more refreshed.
Yeah, we're definitely lucid the entire time with those ones.
All right, well, we're going to let everyone go. Hope everyone has a great night. Really hope we catch you guys tomorrow as we stream from the Red Castle Portland Qualifier, or Portland Planetary Qualifier. And thanks again, and may the Force be with you.